One company, one contractor, one bath and closets. Check out the gallery of his most recent projects and schedule your free in-home consultation online at onebathandclosets.com. That's onebathandclosets.com.
Craving something unforgettable? Head to P.F. Chang's for the Golden Feast, featuring Korean fried chicken wings and bubbles. Perfect for any occasion. Visit us today off Corporate Boulevard in Town Center. P.F. Chang's. Look for the Golden Horse.
Why do billion-dollar insurance companies regularly delay and deny valid claims? Because that's how they got to be billion-dollar insurance companies. If you've been injured, I'd like to help.
Spencer Callahan is the one to see. Call 387-2323.
LA filing number 16-7969.
WNXX Jackson, KNXX Donaldsonville, and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers. LA 21-12681. Offices in Baton Rouge.
Good morning. It's 7 a.m. here on Friday, February 21st. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect partly cloudy skies with a high of 48 in hour one of today's show. We'll react to the New Orleans Saints' offensive coordinator hire, and LSU Gymnastics coach Jay Clark hops on the show at 7:30. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel. Hour number one of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah.
Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah, they said I gotta come off the bench.
Now, here's Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
What's going on, guys? And welcome in to a brand new OTB. It is Friday, February 21st, 2025, guys. The weekend is here. Heck yes. Let's have ourselves a weekend. Unfortunately, freaking Canadians got it done last night. The Battle of the Four Nations. Great game, stellar game throughout. But in the end, Taylor's team comes through. And the Maple Leafs, freaking Canada. It felt like a flashback to me sitting in Indigo Park back in 2010. So weird to think about, man. In that Winter Olympics gold medal game goes to OT. And it was the phenom, Sidney Crosby at the time, who scored to win the game in OT. And this time it was his heir apparent, Connor McDavid, 15 years later, which, my God, does feel like 15 years has passed in the interim. But that's depressing in its own right. What's going on, guys? How we doing today? What's up, Jakey?
Doing well. Yeah, watched the game. Pretty much all of it.
Yeah, great game.
It was a great game. USA had their chances. They were right in front of goal there in overtime even, and about 3 feet from the goal. Weren't able to get it done. And anytime you have that situation, you're like, oh, boy.
Yeah, Bennington was on fire, dude. I mean, what do the hockey guys always say? There's a saying about during the playoffs, basically just riding the hot goalie. And a goalie who's in the zone can essentially just make up for anything, like whatever your regular season record was, anything. And that's what that game was by the third. Because the shot that you're talking about specifically where comes across the goalie's face right to, is it Williams? Isn't he like the NHL's leading goal scorer over the last 2 years or something? He scored 60-something goals, they said. It was like the most since the 90s. And he got stonewalled. And there was a sequence there, before McDavid scores the winner where, I don't know, it was like 4 or 5 just crazy glove saves, body, weird angles. But again, very fun game, top to bottom, a lot of cool moments. Old boy lost his stick that one time, just went full footy on it. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Picked up the pass with his foot and like basically just like a little lead pass like it was soccer, dude. But it was, I'll say this, man. The defense was spectacular throughout, and hockey is fun to watch, man. as we prepare to welcome an NHL team to New Orleans. I'm just kidding, guys. It's never going to happen. It'd be fun to fantasize about like we have been. But as we prepare to welcome an NHL team to New Orleans, I once again am struck by, because I haven't really sat down and watched the hockey game in a long time. I know you tune in for the playoffs sometimes, Taylor, but it's just nonstop action. Like while the game is going on, you actually cannot look away. You can't be like folded. You can't go walk into the other room or you will miss something. And I found it to be very, very deeply satisfying, even if the U.S. came out on the wrong side of it. Alondra, what's up, girl? How we feeling today?
I'm feeling a little excited, a little nervous, because I am going to New York on Sunday.
You're going to be fine.
So I'm very excited to go to New York.
You're going to be fine.
My nervousness lies in, am I going to make it to New York?
What airline are you flying?
Southwest.
Oh,
should have flown Spirit, dude.
Okay, so this is not, maybe I should have just been quiet
Spirit.
because...
No, there's the, have you seen the Spirit memes?
Yeah, I have.
Everybody's been talking trash on our guy, but old girl's been fine.
Yeah.
She ain't been caught up in any of this. It is Delta nonsense, whatever.
Yeah. To be fair, I haven't seen Southwest.
No,
on there
Southwest's
either.
been good as
Knock
well.
on wood.
You're gonna be fine.
What you doing in New York?
Just hang. Oh, so I'm just so me, my grandma, my aunt, like two of my aunts, we have birthdays in February.
Yeah.
So doing a little girls trip. My
When's your
grandpa, February 7th.
It was like the day before
Super Bowl.
It's 2 days. Yeah.
You did tell me happy birthday. So
I don't do birthdays well.
no, that's what I'm saying.
Y'all
You
did this
did
on
tell
air.
me. You
Yeah,
told
I
me
know.
this is
It's
fine.
good. I remember.
You're good.
We celebrated. Yeah, in
Yeah,
Radio
you're
Row. I
good.
forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
So my grandpa got us a trip to New York for our birthdays. So
Hell yeah,
do
dude.
that.
Well, here's the deal. You know how you don't be scared of that? Well, obviously there's like anti-anxiety medication, one amount which
Obviously.
you can get for flying, which will help. But the other thing is, it's not like you have a choice about whether to go on the trip or not.
I feel like I can back out last second.
No. Why? And lose a once-in-a-lifetime trip with your family that your grandpa paid for you for your birthday? What are you, just a terrible human being?
I think I would just give him the money
You're
back for the flight.
So you're gonna sit here and talk about how soft this modern generation
That's
is, and you
fair.
can't even get on a flight to go on a once-in-a-lifetime trip to New York with your
That's fair.
family?
That's fair.
Like what about
what
what
if
did
you're saying all
FDR
this?
say? We have nothing to fear but fear itself.
Yeah.
You can't let fear control you.
What if you're saying all this though, and then
We were not raised by something men, timid men, coward men. There's something there that a president said once. The point is, you don't have a choice.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
You have to go.
I'm gonna be great. Yeah.
So close your mind to there being another avenue.
I just keep
and then we just couldn't do
visualizing
it.
myself with a cocktail in my hand.
Boom.
At the Carlisle.
There you go.
Listening to the piano.
There you go.
Yeah.
Ivory tinkling in the background.
Oh.
Only who knows? You could be dead in that, and you're taking
That's
heaven.
true.
I'm just kidding.
Thank you.
You may not make it to
You just put
the
that on
piano.
me.
I mean, who knows?
Just
You
kidding.
just put that on
No.
me.
You're gonna be completely fine. Don't worry.
But I do have to shout out to my guy Daniel. I didn't get his last name, but shout out my guy Daniel.
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 Daniel Blunt.
We were
Daniel Basham?
No. It's none of the ones in the chat.
Okay.
So
Daniel's son?
Daniel's son.
Well, Daniel's son goes to the block, and Daniel now goes to the block, and he was in my class last night. So shout out Daniel.
Okay. That's okay. I kind of thought there was going to be more on the end of that shout out. It was just okay. Yeah, shout out Daniel. Yeah,
you were in the grind together yesterday.
Yeah, okay. I feel that, dude. I feel that for sure.
You shout out your tennis friends all the time.
I agree. I'm not hating. I agree.
You kind of were a little bit.
You kind of were a little bit.
Well, it was a little bit. I mean, I thought there was going to be some payoff to the story.
I mean, there
At least
was.
when I shout out like somebody I play in tennis, it's like we played a match
I'm shouting
and they
out
beat
one
us.
of our listeners that listens to us every morning.
Oh yeah, I didn't know he listened every morning. See, there you go. See, like that somatic context, it makes it a little less just random. Shout out to the 3 SGA high school girls that were at Evolve this morning.
Yeah.
Normally it's just us old people in there normally.
Do they listen every morning?
I doubt it.
Yeah, so what's the point in that shout out?
No point.
Yeah.
No point. Fair. Taylor?
Any shout outs?
Hey, congratulations, Taylor.
I was about to say, I'm doing well. Apparently, my team won last night. I didn't know till this morning.
Taylor did great on the radio yesterday, filling in for Hunt. Then he got to watch Canada win, which made him very happy.
I will say, to your credit, I do kind of look a little Canadian.
I do.
I mean,
I
Like to your
well,
point.
the T-Bot Photoshop that got sent my way, I mean, my God, that looks real. You in that Canadian national jersey.
Was not a bad-looking hockey player. Am I a better-looking girl than hockey player? Yeah.
You are a hockey
But the hockey player wasn't bad either. That was a great game, whether or not U.S. or Canada won that game. Like, if you watched that game and did not come away more of a hockey fan than you were when you entered that game, I don't know what to tell you. When you got into the overtime period, they were just firing. I mean, it was back and forth. You knew that game was not
everybody was exhausted. You could see the heavy skates.
You're watching. You're seeing the shots on goal. You're like, this ain't lasting more than about 10 minutes. And 8 minutes in is when it ended. Phenomenal game.
Phenomenal game. Congratulations to you, Taylor, as the Dallas Cowboys have managed to ruin the one good thing that they have, Jake. Zach Martin's retiring.
Yep.
Way to go.
I know.
Way to go. Literally one of, no exaggeration, no hyperbole whatsoever, one of the greatest offensive linemen in NFL history. In 11 years, he has 9 Pro Bowls, 7 All-Pros. 7 first-team All-Pros are tied for not just the most in Cowboys history, but for the most in NFL history amongst guards. So a surefire first ballot Hall of Famer. How many playoff wins does Zach Martin have in the career there in Dallas wearing the
2
star?
or 3, maybe.
Yeah. Hell yeah, dude.
Way to go. See a stat where he has 7 All-Pros and 7 penalties accepted against him in his career, right?
Yeah, how about that? 7 holding penalties accepted and 7 All-Pros. He gets one penalty for every All-Pro. Way to go. Hope you're happy.
I'm not. But are we surprised at this point? Not really. Zach Martin is moving on to better things. Does not really matter what he does after this.
Anything will be better.
Yeah. Anything he's doing is better than what he was doing.
I will say this. I'm sure that a lot of Cowboys fans feel some sort of latent guilt over how his career went. And so, although he's made a ton of money, whatever business ventures he gets into, I'm sure there's going to be multiple, like, old Cowboy businessmen who would love to try to hook up Zach Martin since they couldn't do anything on the field there.
I'll tell you what, there is one bright side.
What's that?
We weren't a Zach Martin away from a Super Bowl anyways. So,
yeah, well, now you
are.
Does
it matter?
Now,
Dak
however,
actually said y'all weren't that far away from the Eagles.
That's true. He said you are basically the same.
He's a moron. So,
however far, so you're saying you weren't a Zach Martin away?
Like
so,
I'm saying,
no,
even if Zach Martin's on the team, he ain't winning nothing anyways.
However far away you were, though, you are now an additional Zach Martin away.
Yes.
So that's not good.
You're further.
Like you may have not been a Zach Martin away from getting there, but you are a Zach Martin further now from getting there.
You weren't sniffing it with Zach. Now you don't even know where it is.
Yeah, exactly.
That's kind of where you're at.
Well, you keep looking. You're going to find it one day, Tay-Tay. All right, coming up next here on OTB. Look, we got the LSU Baseball Weekend Series to get into. We got Coach Jay Clark coming up here in a bit. And the New Orleans Saints have a brand new offensive coordinator. Also, talk about what to do with Derek Carr as the story continues to evolve. It's kind of funny. Somebody on Twitter yesterday said, man, Derek Carr's got us so twisted up. We're trying to cheer for hockey now. We're trying to get a hockey team in here. That's how bad Carr has bungled the New Orleans Saints. More OTB coming up next.
Off the bench.
Go to Pinnacle Exterior Construction, PECbuilt.com, PECbuilt.com. You can blame Canada, and you can also blame Pinnacle. Yeah, blame them for making the backyard of your dreams come true. Okay? It's their fault because you hired him to build you an incredible custom pool, and they blew your mind. Or you hired them to build you a bigger, better fence, a pergola, an outdoor living area, outdoor kitchen, put a putting green in your backyard, turf, whatever the case may be, fully custom design from the ground up. We also have a lot of spec pools that you can choose from. You choose a detail, work within it. The bottom line is we build the spaces, you build the memories. Go look at the gallery at PECbuilt.com. Pinnacle Exterior Construction.
That's residential and commercial. They can completely change your space, pools, outdoor living, fences, bulkheads, any kind of fence as well. You'll see it right there on the homepage. Go today to explore PECbuilt.com.
Expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them.
Yo la conocí en Miami, en Brickell. Ella sabe que aquí hay ticket. Quiere que yo se
Welcome back to the
replique.
best morning sports show around. Sorta. It's Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hola, ¿cómo estás? Buenos días. Welcome back to Off the Bench. T-Bob, Jigaladra, Taylor hanging out with you today. Is this Bad Bunny?
It is.
T-Bob just usually guesses Bad Bunny on all.
He's right.
Well, actually, no.
Yeah, you
Okay. On Peloton, I was real into Camila Ramon for a while there, and Camila loved Bad Bunny, so we used to listen to Bad Bunny quite a bit together. Thank you very much.
I love Bad Bunny.
I think a couple of years ago, now I never had heard of Bad Bunny at the time, and Danny blew my mind by telling me that Bad Bunny was like literally the most streamed artist in the entire world on Spotify a couple of years ago. I think I looked it up the other day. I think he's 5.
He's huge.
Right now, again, Bruno Mars #1, which is crazy.
Why's that crazy?
I just like anybody being #1 is crazy, but
Yeah.
I just
That's fair.
Bruno is like, I don't know, like when's the last like Bruno has so many classics, but when's the last like new Bruno song that you've been really thinking about? Then again, I mean,
That
you go
Lady
to a
Gaga
wedding.
Lady Gaga, it just came out.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, see, I don't know. I don't know
He
what
also
I'm talking
has
about.
some like really raunchy rap song out right now.
Bruno does?
Yeah.
Hey now. Bruno strikes me as someone who has supped from all the cups.
Yeah.
You know, I'm pretty sure he's tasted a lot of what life has to offer.
I think Bad Bunny has too.
That would make sense, including being a WWE wrestler. He's a good wrestler too on that. All right, let's touch on the weekend series real quick, and we can circle back around to it. And then I want to get to St. Tyree and Doug Nussmeier. But LSU playing Omaha in a weekend series this week. Great visualization work by Jay Johnson here. If you want to play in Omaha, you must first play with Omaha. Okay, and that's what's going down this weekend. Now, I believe Tulane swept Omaha opening weekend. Also, the Fear the Wave blog that I follow on Twitter, they tweeted today that Tulane has the number 1 RPI in the country right now in 4-0. So shout out to the Wave. I don't exactly know how that's true. I think they've beaten Southeastern Omaha, but whatever. It doesn't matter. Shout out Tulane. But Tulane swept Omaha last week. It's already an in-state team, kind of set the bar for what you want to see LSU do. And Cade Anderson on the mound tonight. Cade Anderson, part 2. You know, really, it's been A-plus marks for LSU baseball up to this point, and this weekend's just a continuation of that. You know, will the starters, like who's going to, again, we talked about it yesterday a bit, who's going to be the first to make a mistake? Who's going to be the first to wobble on the mound, in the pen, at the plate? Remember Jay Johnson talking about how the other night they put together 18 quality at-bats in a row, something he's never seen before. We know about the strikeout-to-walk ratio, damn near perfect. ERA, Alondra got you all the stats the other day. So this is all just a continuation. Can you keep that train rolling? Because you got Omaha 3 games this week, and you got Nichols makeup game Monday, and then you head to Texas for some of your first real challenges of the season.
I mean, you just got to keep doing what you're doing. Obviously, you've got all these talented players. You've done a really nice job of trying to find playing time for them all. You've gotten a lot of them innings. I mean, the starters go 5 innings last weekend. Is that still going to be the plan so you can see what you have in your bullpen? Because that's why you scheduled the games that you did before you go to this major tournament that you're going to go to. So I would expect more of the same. I'd be surprised if it's not the same. And then same thing in the lineup, though. You're going to have multiple players. And we were talking about during the break, like you're going to, you know, have somebody get 2 at-bats and you're going to take them out, put somebody else in. It's going to get 2 more at-bats. I mean, you got your core guys of 4 or 5 guys, but it does feel like they're still using these weekends to figure out who they can count on down the stretch. Or not down the stretch, but as you get ready for your like stretch run of major tournament SEC play.
Guys, go to yourgoodwood.com. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. You are struggling right now, maybe feel low T, low energy, low physicality. You're feeling old. You're going bald. You're suffering from ED. You want to get the bigger PP. I actually do penile enhancement as well. Don't settle for mediocre sex life, guys. You go to yourgoodwood.com. You can explore all the different options that we have to offer you. But you have to take the initiative. You have to take the first step to achieve your peak potential. And that's what we're doing, guys. No longer leaving any meat on the bone. We're maximizing meat here in 25, and it starts with Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness, yourgoodwood.com. So the New Orleans Saints made it official yesterday. They hire Doug Nussmeier. I forgot his name for a second. They hired Doug Nussmeier to be the offensive coordinator. Now, Kellen Moore has been together with Doug Nussmeier, guys, since 2018. They were the Cowboys. Nuss was the tight end coach. Moore was the quarterback coach. Moore became OC. Nuss became QB coach, and they've stuck together every stop since. So they were there in Dallas together. They were in with the Chargers together, Jake, with your Bolts, and then they were in Philly together last year. So I kind of love this because you are getting a long-term working relationship here. It's kind of like how we used to talk about like Kalen DeBoer and Ryan Grubb. Like this is not just like 2 guys that, oh yeah, I liked working with him. No, for over half a decade now, they have been working hand in hand. So they have that rapport. They know what they want to do. They're interconnected from a play calling, game planning, quarterback developing standpoint. We've been talking about it, so there's not a ton to add, except it's a strong hire that makes a lot of sense and comes with the wonderful added narrative of you now have 2 Nusses that are majorly factoring into Louisiana football.
Yeah, and we talked about the situation with Kellen Moore still calling plays, but you still wanted somebody that was going to be there, that somebody he trusted, somebody he could bounce those ideas off of, and Nussmeier is going to be heavily involved in getting the game plan together, knows the offense, knows the terminology, and so that's going to be something that he'll be able to help everybody with and help everybody kind of transition to this new offense. And so, yeah, certainly I think it's a great move. The fact that they have this kind of relationship. I mean, look, Doug's been coaching for 25 years.
Yeah.
Right. So, I mean, you get an experienced coach. He's done it at college. He's done it in the NFL. Love the move. Think it's a great move for them. And, now they got to figure out where the Jimmys and Joes are going to come from.
The question is, are you on the Nuss bus? Because here we go. You've ridden the new young model. What about the old jalopy? Let's see what he can do. And what will he do with Derek Carr? That is the question. And it continues. The more time that passes without any real commitment continues to make you think that maybe they will move on, though again it could still go either way. And the one of the interesting angles on the Derek Carr conversation is there's no angle where you keep him long term. It's either cut him now or cut him in a year. And so it does beg the question, are the savings worth it knowing you're going to cut him in a year to do the lame duck quarterback dance? And to be fair, you could say, oh, well, maybe you don't end up cutting him. Maybe it goes well with Nuss and everybody else. Oh, true. But it certainly feels like that's a foregone conclusion. And I feel like that could potentially create an awkward and maybe somewhat toxic environment if Carr's walking around knowing that he's getting cut in a year and the only reason you're sticking around is for money. By the way, he's not going to take a pay cut. He already said that. And he has a no trade clause. So he ain't going to take a trade. So that's out the window as well. Either cut him, eat the $50 million this year, cut him post June 1, spread it out over 2 years. But in that case, you don't get it till June 2nd, so it doesn't really help you build your team anyway. Or it's cut him next year, and I think you get it down, I think it's like a $20 million, $30 million hit, something along those lines. It's crazy, but we'll see what you will do with Derek Carr. Again, I mean, I don't know. The idea of him walking around knowing he's going to be fired in a year makes me feel like maybe it's better to just rip the Band-Aid off and let the chips fall where they may. Coming up next, let's talk to LSU Gymnastics head coach Jay Clark here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench.
Guys, go to PelicanRoof.com. PelicanRoof.com. Okay, we love Pelican Roofing, guys. You need somebody who's going to bring your roof to the next level. The roof is not on fire, but if yours was, and then you had to get it replaced, you go to PelicanRoof.com, use the instant quote tool right there, and you can choose your type of roof. I did it with my house yesterday, and literally within seconds, you have a ballpark quote. You can also click on the schedule a free inspection button right there. Bada bing, bada boom. They come out there, they give you a home, and again, you're getting an in-person exact. And that's the thing. Response time is always immediate. We have dedicated employees answering phones, ready to go. Dedicated employees every single step along the way, including dedicated project managers on every single site. There's attention detail you just don't get with these other companies. Go to PelicanRoof.com. I don't care if you're in Baton Rouge. I don't care in Layer Lafayette. You can text them, call them, or again, PelicanRoof.com.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales service and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
When it comes to choosing energy for your family and your home, make the smart choice with natural gas. You can count on efficient and affordable natural gas to keep you comfortable and reduce your environmental.
Back to sports talk. Maybe. Off the bench.
If there is one team on campus right now that is more caliente, it is the LSU Gymnastics team, fresh off beating the #1 team in the land in front of an absolutely electric environment in the PMAC last Friday night. And now it's time to talk to him, as we do every Friday with Coach Jay Clark, who's taking time out of his busy schedule, literally stepped outside of team breakfast. Walkthrough's coming up. He made time for OTB. Hell yes. Thank you so much, Coach. And how about it? You told us last week Kayla Chio is a killer. And what did she do? She won the Kayla Chio Award once again. SEC Freshman of the Week. I mean, it is unbelievable the impact this young woman is having.
Dude, you're a nut. Yeah. I could just call in every week and listen to you, man. It's hilarious. No, she's fantastic, and certainly it was a heck of a meet for everybody. But no, she is a killer. I didn't know what to say. They asked me what makes her so good. I said, if I knew, I'd bottle it and sell it. But it's just she is a killer, and we've got several of them on this team, and so that was an exciting time. Of course, you wouldn't know because you stayed home.
I know.
As I recall.
I know.
And did the girl dad thing, which I understand because I've done that. But anyway, it was a great night in the PMAC for sure.
Yeah, Coach Jay, the consummate romantic. As I was sitting outside of Rouse's, chilling with my boy John, who'd I see popping in to get some flowers?
On me now, okay.
Yeah, look at you.
That was for my daughter, bro. That was for my daughter.
Okay, well, whatever. Yeah. Thoughtful nonetheless, Thoughtful nonetheless.
I walk out of Rouse's, and you're like, Coach, don't you have something better to do than walk out of Rouse's right now?
You got the #1 team in the entire country coming to town. Is that your daughter that I have set by at the meets that wears the overalls and cheers like a mad woman the entire time?
That's her. And the funny thing is, the irony is she's a freshman cheerleader at Oklahoma.
Wow. What?
Yeah, they recruited her. We don't have all-girls cheer at LSU. We need to get it because my daughter can't be a flyer on a co-ed squad. She's got to be all-girl because she's built like her dad. So, but at any rate, it was she was in town for it, and she was wearing her purple and gold overalls down in the student section.
Yeah, she's awesome. I love her energy. I love this team's energy. And I know Kayla Chio's obviously getting all the headlines, Coach, but it goes so much deeper than that. I mean, despite all the injuries, there's just answers. And people's ability to step up week in and week out, like when they are called upon. And now a chance tonight to go to Kentucky, a place that it's been a little bit since y'all have won in that building. And now, thanks to last week, you control your own destiny when it comes to this regular season SEC title, which I know, I mean, that I know you're not trying to put the focus there, but that means something to you, no?
Well, yeah, absolutely. As we get later in the season, my tone changes a little bit, and we are in a good place. And I want to make sure, my message to them this week is two things: improve what you've done on the road in the past and win the meet. and that's where we've got to start. We've got to start, getting our verbiage and our mindset a little bit now. We've done a good job of, stacking the days and building blocks as we've gone through, and it's time to kind of really solidify what our identity is going to be, and so that's the goal here tonight, is to get in there, do better than we did in Alabama on the road from a performance standpoint. I'm not talking about scores because I can't control that, but I am talking about walking out of the building feeling good about what we did, and that's our goal there tonight.
Coach, is there one thing that you can point to in being on the road and saying, okay, no matter what happens, like, this is what I need to see, this is what I want to see on the road? Maybe, like you mentioned, something you didn't see in the time you went out against Alabama on the 7th.
Well, I think in Alabama, we got off to a good start. I think we let the scores distract us a little bit, even though we talk ad nauseum about not doing so. You're human, and sometimes when things aren't going exactly the way you'd like them to, from a result standpoint, it affects your performance. So I think we let that kind of crack our egg a little bit, and we didn't let it snowball on us the way we did at Arkansas for sure. But it just took the edge off just a little bit. I thought we came out really sharp, looked great, and as the meat wore on, some of that edge came off, and that's the kind of thing that as we get in the latter part of the season that we can't let happen to us.
Yeah, and the ability to knock that Arkansas score out of the NQS, I think that opportunity is tonight if you score higher than that. And I wanted to shout out, Rabelais had a really good write-up in The Advocate today. I did want to shout out Amari Drayton when we were talking about different gymnasts just finding ways to step up when it's their time. You're going into the last rotation against Oklahoma, barely trailing, and Drayton does something that she said she's never done in her entire gymnastics career. Gets at least 110 from a judge. What does it do for you as a coach? Like, what emotions does it invoke in you when you see an athlete raise her bar?
It makes you want to go over to the other judge's table and turn it over, but because that was without a doubt the best floor routine I've ever seen her do it for us, and she's just that kid. She's kind of unsung in a lot of ways, and because her personality is such that she doesn't really seek the spotlight, but as consistent and just a grinder in terms of how she goes about her business, and one of the most pleasant human beings you'll ever be around. So I was just super pleased for her. This sport. The way we run our program is sort of predicated on the relationships that they have and that we have with them, and there's a lot of trust involved, and she's one that you can't help but just root for and get close to and love being around on a daily basis. And so I was super pleased to see her garner some of the attention that I think she so richly deserves.
Coach, help a couple of old football meatheads out here, because you texted me and told me that y'all have walkthrough coming up here in about 20 minutes. And I mean, I remember, doing those Friday, Saturday walkthroughs football, and it's you're walking through your plays. What is that in gymnastics? How does that work?
Well, we go from event to event, and we kind of do just kind of it's more of an imagery kind of thing in your mind. We go from event to event as a team. We go in order in the lineup we're going to be. There's a little bit of, kind of mimicking what you're going to do with your body that goes on. But really, it's just about kind of setting the mindset for the rest of the day, and getting their head wrapped around what we're about to do. And then we leave there and come back here, and we've got a team meeting and a team lunch. So a lot of things are similar. In terms of the semantics, but I think more than anything, it's a visualization kind of exercise that we go through.
So tonight, 6 p.m., catch it on the SEC Network at Kentucky. This is a top 10 matchup because it is the SEC. It's number 3 versus number 9. Cannot wait. Coach, thank you so much for joining us this morning. I know it's a very busy morning. Thank you for taking time. Congrats on last week. Massive win, and kick some ass tonight.
All right, guys. Hey, there's a watch party at Walk-Ons if anybody out there wants to go. So we're trying to grow that thing a little bit too. So you guys, hopefully you watch it, and hopefully we bring home the win, because it's been a minute since we won up here.
There you go. Watch party, walk-on tonight, 6 p.m. start time. Thank you so much, Coach Jay Clark, LSU Gymnastics head coach. Thank you, Coach.
Thanks, fellas. See ya.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, when we get back, more OTB.
Off the bench.
Go to Tommy's Windows, Doors, and Siding. GEAUXTommys.com, GEAUXTommys.com. I tell you every day, Hardy Plate Vinyl Siding, Woodard Vinyl Windows, any type of door, Tommy's has your back. What about beards, though? Because Tommy, along with being a very accomplished musician, former member of the Golden Bear from Tigerland, along with being a guy who has 30 years in the exterior home improvement game, he also loves beards, and he's got an incredible beard. What he noticed a few years ago is he didn't have the products that he needed for his beard, so he started Go Bearded, GEAUX Bearded.com. You want to break free, live free, grow your beard, accelerate that growth, make it feel better, not itching, better texture. It's all there at GoBearded.com.
You can go to GoTommys.com as well. When you go to the website, check out a full list of services they can do for you. Check out the gallery of work. We always talk about testimonials of past clients. GoTommys.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
You gotta believe in a dream. Believe. You gotta believe in a dream. Believe. You gotta believe. My whole team on wildin'.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
There's never been a better time to catch a John Deere deal from the crew of Sunshine. Ask us about our low monthly payment options on our tractor packages and let the good times roll. With equipment strong enough to power one of the world's largest celebrations, we've got your needs covered too. Learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details. Offer ends March 5th, 2025.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of
Welcome in to the best morning sports-ish show around. Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
It's a way of life, it's choosing right, it's praying when you get home. It's black nights, it's a ride or die down a 2-lane back road. It's country to the bone, and the hollers where we call our home.
Not an AI song, by the way.
What? Hell no, it ain't no AI song. This is land law.
I've never heard this.
You gonna learn today. You're not chronically online enough then. About a month ago.
Well, it's
a month. I'm far behind.
About a month ago,
It's
these
kind of
two
TikTok. It's
popped
kind of
up.
TikTok only though. So that
No,
kinda,
I saw it on Instagram.
Did you?
About a month ago, it popped up in my Insta algo. These two brothers.
I love Dierks Bentley, but this sounds like Dierks Bentley.
Slightly deeper and
Look, I tell my boys, especially Memphis, don't waste a rep in practice. I'm like, hey, don't waste. If we're gonna be here, like, don't waste a throw, a catch, a swing in the cage. Don't waste it. We're here for a reason. Alondra, don't let him waste a song again.
What are you talking about? Taylor's with me, dude.
I knew you were going there.
They have a second one now.
I know. I didn't want to do it because I knew it was going to be so bad.
Terrible.
Okay. Watch in 10 minutes. See if I'm not right. If you're not going.
Oh, I guarantee you.
Jake, Alondra, if you guys can believe it, this is the better of their two songs. They have another one.
So the best part is, I put them in my story yesterday because they were promoting a live show. They're doing their first live show in Nashville.
Guarantee.
We got to get them at the Texas Club.
There's going to be a lot of people there.
I know. That's what I'm saying. It's going to be packed.
you.
It is. They're getting the
like
the
that guy, what's his name?
irony-laced-
Trey Lewis.
They're getting the irony-laced hug of the internet. Wait, what? Who's Trey Lewis?
Deep Down in Dallas. Do you remember that song?
Trey's actually
No.
good.
Trey is actually good.
Trey can actually sing.
These guys can sing, dude.
Okay, you know Randy Scott. He does Sports Center Saturday.
Yeah.
Him and his co-host.
I saw them do that.
They've done it like 3 times.
Yeah.
They do like different ones. Huh?
The Friday Beers guys have done him.
This
what?
sounds
This
like my
is-
AI song.
This is
I know,
terrible.
I know.
It actually does. Yeah.
Can you do the best?
This music video.
How good is it? Why does the little brother always look so like intense?
Yeah.
He's
He
trying
does.
to look
He's
intense.
got little brother syndrome. I mean, he's.
Nah. I was vibing with like the Bad Bunny and then
What? You don't
this
like Land Law?
Truck Month.
Yeah. Look, if you don't like Land Law, you know, I can lead a horse to water. I can't make him understand good music. That's on you.
You're right.
This sounds more like an AI song than the show AI song. I know.
Let's play some real music. Hold on.
Play something.
Girl, don't be mad
Let's play
because
some
Land
real
Law's about to
music.
sell at the Texas Club,
They
and
will.
your
They
ass is
would.
gonna have to work
They
it.
would sell out the Texas Club 100%.
No.
Yep.
I unfortunately
I'm
think
telling
they
you, they're
would
that
just
popular.
because of like the
People love 'em.
viral.
Yeah.
Oh, they would 1,000% sell at
People
Texas
would
Club
pay
right now.
money.
Oh, dude.
Yes.
Jake,
go
they're
hear
that
that.
popular.
Yes.
I'm telling you, Randy Scott was on national ESPN, and they talking about him playing their song on there and
because-
everything. Like
that's their styles to make
no,
fun
I
of
get,
stuff.
I get it, but like that's
Yeah.
how they're blowing up though. Like
Again,
people
it's
like
the
that are
ironic
bringing it up.
embrace of the internet. Nobody's saying it's good.
But it's
No.
blown up
But it's
so
funny.
much.
Yeah, but paying money and then like being like,
Bro, we live in a world where like, what's his name? Shazrat.
who?
Meshach. Abednego.
You're
We're
just
talking about the biblical
spitting
characters.
out stuff. That
No, who's the
I have no idea what.
the white guy who back in the day, he was kind of a
Weird Al?
rapper. He had like, he's just like real dirty
Eminem?
looking. No, he's on a reality show. Why am I blanking? My brother and
I
his
don't know.
friends used to go see him in concert, and he's awful.
I don't know.
Oh man, why'd you cut off our TikTok song or our
It
AI
wasn't
song?
hitting.
What?
You don't like it. Now
you
you're
actually
like,
do have on multiple occasions said how much you hate it.
Yeah, it's awful.
Oh, Riff
But
Raff?
again, yes, Riff Raff. Thank you.
Avo,
How'd you
shout
know?
out Avo.
Thank
in
you,
the chat
Avo.
told us,
Yes,
yeah.
Riff Raff.
Guys, Riff Raff is hilarious.
Spring Breakers.
Okay,
Have you
exactly.
seen
It's
the
like
video?
Bray.
Have you seen the video of Riff Raff giving a tour of his house?
No.
Oh, I'm showing you this after the show. It is top 5 YouTube video of all time.
I do remember way back in the day a YouTube video where he tries to say Tony Chachere's.
Okay, so that's the one.
And
But
how
this
does he
is like
say
a
it? Does he say Tony
Sherrerigas.
Sherrerigas?
Tony Sherrerigas.
I put that Tony Sherrerigas.
He said fridge stay empty because I eat good. Same video.
Hell yeah. Riff Raff. But yeah, like my brother and them, his friends back in college, they paid money to go see Riff Raff. In that same way, you pay money to go watch Landlaw. You know?
Well, I'm judging Bo years later.
The Tony Sherrerigan.
The can trap opener, T-Bob. Did you see that?
Look, the dystopia that we find ourselves in didn't happen overnight. You know?
I don't have TikTok, so I don't see some of the stuff y'all see.
Takes a while to get here. I don't look at TikTok. I get this all through Instagram and Twitter.
The day that you, like today, when you just mentioned that song, is the first I've heard of this song.
Look, that's because of the splintered monoculture, you know? We are all slaves to our own algorithms.
Yeah. You and Taylor seem to have the same algorithm.
Landlord's got a little bit of a reach, but I would also venture a guess that me and Taylor do not at all have these same algorithms.
I feel like y'all always know about videos that like I don't know about.
I think me and Taylor are the most chronically online.
I will say our algorithms are probably very different, but the dumbest things probably do connect us.
Yeah.
That is probably,
I don't think Taylor gets a lot of book talk, though. From all my romantasy adventures, I get a lot of book talk. I get a lot of cringe content.
My algorithm on Instagram is a lot of live music, like a ton.
Same.
Like my popular page, that's basically
I get almost none of that.
Mine's like throwback.
Mine's soccer and live music. Yeah.
Or like just stupid, like those dumb Alex Jones videos are all.
Yeah, Alex Jones memes are so good. I get a lot of bodybuilders. Just a ton.
T-Bub's liking them videos.
That literally does not feel shocking.
No.
A lot of bodybuilders.
It doesn't.
No.
Probably also not shocking. I do get a lot of gay videos as well. I have
also not surprising.
Not one
somewhere
bit.
along the line. Maybe
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like you and Taylor have the same algorithm.
We do not. We do not. You just explained how we don't.
For a while, T-Bob, I don't know if you remember, that's probably 2 years ago. We started talking a lot about dance movies and dance videos and step-ups and bring it ons and whatever. For like 6 months, my algorithm was nothing but like dance groups. Like in the studio. Like, yes, they were all there. They were featured for like 6 months. That's all that I saw.
It's you were just a big ABDC fan. You know?
JC was the
JC was the host. It's true.
Yeah.
Look, I mean,
I thought
y'all
it was
know
Mario
me, like,
Lopez.
No, he was a judge.
I don't hate a good dance movie.
I know, me either.
I have not
Bring It Ons
seen
were
many
lit.
good dance movies.
Step Ups
Step
are
Ups
great.
are good. Stomp the Yard, good one.
I have a lot of.
I remember being so disappointed. I remember being so disappointed in Stomp the Yard because like that's when Chris Brown was like at his peak, and everybody's like, "Guys, Chris Brown's in this movie," and like, spoiler alert if you haven't seen it, he dies in like the first 5 minutes.
He dies and Stomp the Yard?
In like the first 5 minutes of the movie.
A dance battle gone wrong?
Yeah.
What do you mean? How'd he die?
They dissed the other crew on their turf, T-Bob, and they shot him in the parking lot.
Oh, they shot him?
Yeah.
I thought maybe they just like.
Have you ever had a dance battle before?
I just thought they
intense,
danced so hard. He pulled off a move so sick that Brown's brain exploded.
You've never seen Stomp the Yard?
No.
Wait.
See, of all the movies T-Bob's not seen, you think he's seen
that's a good point.
What
That's a
are we
good
talking
point.
about here, guys?
I don't know. He had sisters.
That one had like to her point, that one had like a lot of pop culture.
His sisters are older though. They're older than I am.
Yeah.
Like,
right? Nah, actually, I might be older than Cammy.
No. I think you and Cam. I mean, okay. If I'm 30, what am I? I'm 36 now.
Everyone opened their
So
Instagram reels
she just turned 30. She's about to turn 39.
and see what's the first thing that pops up.
Yeah, so you're a little bit older.
Brian's older.
The first thing that popped up on mine is it's romantasy. It's what does it say here?
See what mine is.
Or no, it's a Benny Blanco video.
He's so.
What? It's my guy Scooter. Are we looking at people that we follow, or are we looking at
Oh God, mine is so like. Mine is literally an Alex Jones video.
God, Magalandra, undefeated. This is a video called British Foreplay. Another shirtless guy.
And then the next one is Arch Manning, and
Hell
then
yeah.
Steven Tyler.
Hell yeah.
Mine is Louisiana owned Anthony Mackie on the Jennifer Hudson show.
I love a good Jennifer Hudson show entrance.
Coming down.
Never seen the show, but I'll be damned if I don't love those entrances.
Yeah. You know why? Because I was talking about it with Katie last night.
They're great.
I was
They're
like,
so
it's
awesome.
so good. There's so many people that buy into it, like, and they're just having so much fun. And then there's this random white guy who just walks by. He's like, hey.
The first one that I've ever seen
Mackey's pretty good.
Was old boy from Squid Games.
The Korean one?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then you had
The
Albert
Gwen one was
Einstein
great.
ass-looking ass George Lopez on there.
Seriously. He looks insane.
I haven't seen Anthony Mackie yet.
It's good.
The Usher one? Have you seen the Usher
I've
one?
not
Usher's good on the roller skates.
He's on skates.
Whoever came up with that, though, on the Jennifer Hudson show needs a raise because
Really
I had no idea that that there was a Jennifer Hudson show.
And that's all you're seeing is the intros.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I gotta go watch. Yeah.
Good on him. That is elite social media. Like whatever intern or underling made that up, like good on you. Even though you think Jennifer's a little jealous.
No, because it's bringing attention to her show. I don't think she cares.
True. But who's watched the show?
I feel like
still you're getting interactions though on social media.
And I feel like a
With
lot of
followers
people
and
are
all.
like, I wonder what the interview was like. Let me go check that out. Like,
Have you done that?
Probably worked. No.
Okay. That's what I thought. Oh, I do get a lot of cooking reels as well. Me and my wife love to do the thing where you send each other recipes and then
Never make 'em.
never make them, never think about them again. But at the time, you are so sure that you're going to make them one day. In fact, I'm going to make one tonight.
My first
No, I'm not.
Instagram reel is a person falling off of a ride.
I'm shocked that it's not like somebody, I don't know, taking on who wide receiver 3 should be in the 2025
The second one's top
fantasy
5
draft.
wide receivers in the NFL.
There you go. There you go. Yeah,
I mean,
exactly. I'm surprised yours isn't just constant fantasy content or mock drafts. I guess it'd be more mock draft season right now.
Dude, I am full swing. We did a full hour with NFL Network Rhett Lewis yesterday on
hell yeah.
Draft Talk.
I mean, draft talk's fine. Mock drafts, I don't know about them. All right, hour 2 next.
Off the bench.
Need service now? Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram can get you same-day appointments for service, and we offer pickup and delivery of your vehicle from New Orleans to Baton Rouge. If you need sales and service, the crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared toward seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Wall-to-wall TVs mean you'll see every touchdown in HD. Place your bets and feel the thrill of every play with our DraftKings Sportsbook. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.
Online at mbobr.com today.
Before every game, you're reminded that Tiger Stadium is a pantheon of concrete and steel. When it was time to add upper decks, do you know where that concrete came from? It's Louisiana Concrete Products. Whether it's the next Gulf hurricane or Death Valley earthquake, you can trust Louisiana Concrete Products.
Insurance companies have teams of professionals to fight your claim. If you want to know what your case is really worth, I'm Spencer Callahan. I'd like to help.
Spencer Callahan is the one to see. Call 387-2323.
LA filing number 16-7970.
WNXX Jackson, KNXX Donaldsonville, and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers, LA 21 12681. Offices in Baton Rouge.
Good morning. It's 8 a.m. here on Friday, February 21st. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect partly cloudy skies with a high of 41. In hour 2 of today's show, we'll talk some LSU football recruiting, and LSU baseball coach Jay Johnson hops on the show at 8:30. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel. Hour number 2 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
Let's go, baby, let's go! All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah, 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 yeah!
Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah, they said I gotta come off the bench.
Now, here's Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Welcome back to OTB, hour number 2, crank it up. Okay, guys, you got Jay Johnson coming up at 8:30. LSU taking on Omaha in the box this weekend. I forgot to look up what time first pitch is today, actually, for all the thinking about the series. Are we in another afternoon, boy?
It's 4.
4 o'clock.
For baseball?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, 4.
Softball's 3:30.
Are we still going? I cleared my schedule.
I know. I'm sorry.
I had stuff to do today, and I canceled it all because you said that you
You
didn't have
did.
anybody
What
to go
happened?
with. And then I said, I'll go with you.
Well, hit up Daniel. Y'all go to the block or go to softball. And then, yeah, no, it's
Can't
too
wait
cold.
to hear this.
It's too cold. I mean, just straight up. Let's just be honest, guys. It's too cold. I don't know how those ladies are going to do it at 6 p.m. tonight. That's going to
Grit
be
and
brutal.
toughness.
Exactly.
Memphis has soccer at 6 at Breck, which is like 10 degrees colder.
You didn't cancel it because of the cold?
No.
Have
Shout
fun
out
with
to
that.
you.
Me and Jetpack gonna be there, Bo.
Yeah, I know. I tried. He was, look, I couldn't get anybody. I couldn't get any of my daughter's friends because I was trying to go for her birthday and get a
Your
bunch of her
daughter's
friends out
birthday?
there. Yeah, it's Sunday. And so I was trying to get a bunch of her friends out there, and everybody
so
just shut
many
me down.
February birthdays. Katie's is tomorrow.
There you go.
There's a
Happy
lot.
early birthday, Katie.
My grandma's
My
is tomorrow,
gosh.
too.
Wow, y'all both.
Happy early
obviously.
birthday to
You too.
Alondra's grandmother.
Memphis.
Memphis is the 4th. Wow.
Yeah.
I guess people
I
are
knew
just,
that was coming.
What is it? Like, what is that time up with? What's 9 months ago?
May, right?
Hmm.
June, July.
I don't
Isn't
know.
it
If you get that
technically
right on
10?
top of your
Yeah,
head.
it is May.
It's 9
Good
months, yeah.
job, Tay-Tay.
Well done.
Look
I'm
at me.
impressed. That was quick.
Public school education.
I can count to 12 now, fellas.
What?
Nine,
Well,
even better.
May?
But yeah, but counting like backwards, it's like saying
And
the
then
ABCs
incorporating
backwards.
months into it. Yeah, no, I
Maybe just spring in the air, like rebirth. I don't know.
May,
Interesting.
a lot of like early summer vacays, maybe.
May's
Yeah,
great. May's
yeah.
great.
Maybe.
Great month. Great month.
Anyway, so no, sorry, Alondra.
That's fine.
But when it warms up, catch me at the berm. Also very sad. I realize I'm not gonna be able to go to LSU gymnastics meet because Disney. But that's gonna be whatever. They don't need me.
When
Still
is-
packed. Still awesome.
It's not next week, but the week after, right?
No, in next week, Bo. Next Friday. We're out the week after that. All right, let's go because Mardi Gras.
Yeah, I'm saying like we are out.
Yeah.
It's going to be the Tay-Tay show.
Yep, Tay-Tay show, baby. Tay-Tay and Alondra takeover of OTB. It's a take over. Take over.
Can't wait.
I like that.
Wait, you're out next week, though. I'm assuming if you're going to New York.
I'm out next week, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Wait, so y'all are out next week too?
Not next week,
the week after.
All right.
Yeah, I'm going to be. I'm going to be.
I'll be back Thursday.
Let's go ahead and get this show started.
It's time to get to work, courtesy of Tiger Labor and Staffing, where they can help take care of screening, training, payroll, and more. Now, for starters.
Jake's got his TLS mug right there.
Look at that.
Tiger Labor truly vets our employees, and we build relationships with them, okay? We don't just look at their job history. Here at Tiger Labor, we get to know every employee during during our in-person onboarding process and every morning over a cup of coffee, right? Because that's the thing. We're not just forwarding resumes to you, but we're interviewing and dispatching in person every morning at 5 a.m. Tiger Labor and Staffing, your reliable local staffing solution experts. All right, guys, so a couple of news pieces to get to here. First off, congratulations to Taylor because he has crunched the numbers. There's a lot of talk about Derek Carr going into next season. We mentioned hour one. What do you do with Derek Carr? It seems like a foregone conclusion. You cut him now or you cut him later. And if you're going to foregone cut him later, does it not make sense just to rip off the Band-Aid and do it now regardless of price? Do you accept having a toxic lame duck quarterback that the city seems to hate to like almost just an unearned degree? Like it is actually crazy how bad the relationship is compared to the level of play. But Tay-Tay thinks maybe the Saints should think about holding on to Derek Carr. And not only that, but that Derek Carr should potentially be, Jake, one of the MVP favorites for the NFL in 2025.
Well, it depends. You got to re-sign Marquez Valdez-Scantling. Because
what do you mean?
Nothing screams MVP like MVS. Let me explain. Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers was the MVP in 2020 and 2021. Mahomes was the MVP in 22. He was the Super Bowl MVP in 2023.
Okay.
And then Allen MVP in 2024. What do they all have in common?
I don't know.
Marquez Valdez-Scantling was all on their teams at some point in the season.
There you go, guys. That's math. That's stats, okay? So, check the Carfax. As long as DC has MVS, it's MVP coming in 2020.
Coming to your city.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. That was better. I tried to make it rhyme. Jake, how we feeling?
He's trying to like rhyme mansion in Wisconsin.
Yeah, in Wisconsin. Yeah, I mean, was that T-Pain?
Yeah, I think so.
It sounded pretty damn good to me when he did it.
Yeah.
Jake, are you jealous that Justin Herbert doesn't have MVS? Otherwise, he too could be an MVP.
No, he's got Lab McConkey.
Guys, Taylor, could you check how many MVPs have had Lab McConkey on their team the past 5 years?
None. He hadn't been in the NFL for 5 years.
Yeah. Well, you didn't need the last piece of info.
But none.
Factually.
The answer is none.
Factually, none have had him.
How many national championship MVPs has he played with? 2.
What are we talking about?
Lab McConkey.
What about him?
He's played with college national championship game MVPs.
We're not talking about college football. We're talking about NFL MVP award. And now MVS is a direct barometer for who's going to win NFL MVP.
Okay.
Even though I still don't understand, honestly, we kind of let this slide. How did Josh Allen beat Lamar Jackson? He has worse stats in every single category.
Yeah, we talked about it. I feel like it's kind of like a merit-based award. Like, for example.
Well, I think it was, too, like, who Josh Allen was working with.
Yes.
It was a large factor into it.
Yeah, I know. I keep hearing that. I don't know if that does enough for me, though.
But think about it. What did we talk about with Lamar? Because, okay, you could say what you want. I get it. He was a 7th-round draft pick. If you want to go by pure numbers, Purdy should have won last year instead of Lamar. His numbers were better across the board.
Yeah.
But we always say, oh, well, can Lamar stand in the pocket and throw it downfield? He did that. He won MVP. Can Josh Allen get rid of the turnovers? He did that. He won MVP. It's almost like a merit-based thing at this point.
Well, maybe merit is not the best word to use there because people would say, well.
Proving the doubters wrong.
Well, merit would say that Lamar's numbers were all better. Maybe
Joe's numbers were all better, though, so it's not just numbers-based.
Yeah.
Joe's numbers, combined rushing and passing, though, Joe's numbers weren't close to Lamar.
Well, I'm saying like through the air, Joe's were.
Yeah,
Joe
but I'm
led
saying
in
Lamar
every passing category.
Yeah, but Lamar had over 4,000 yards, 40 touchdowns, no picks, and like rushed for almost 1,000, right? And like a bunch of
he rushed for like I don't know how many rushed for.
I think he rushed for like 800 or something.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't really need to rehash it. I just saw the numbers again the other day, and I was like, huh. I think you're right, Taylor. I think it's a bit of a career
Joe led
award.
passing by over 300, almost 300 yards.
Yeah, but I mean, go to total yards.
No, I'm saying like so he was.
And Joe's team didn't win enough.
And then Lamar had a 2,000-yard rusher as well. And look, I love Lamar. I think Lamar is in the conversation every year. I'm just saying I think that was the reason.
Yeah.
Was the fact that he had Derrick Henry and he had 2,000 yards.
You're in for 915, 4 touchdowns. So Joe probably had more total touchdowns even with Lamar on the ground. Lamar had 4 rushing touchdowns.
Joe threw for 43.
Didn't Lamar throw for like 41 or something?
41, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, Lamar beats him.
Well, I don't know how many rushing touchdowns Joe
4.
had either.
Oh, Joe?
I mean, but Lamar at this point is accounting for like 5,200 total yards.
Yeah. You very easily, to your point, T, you could have given him the MVP. You could have, and I don't think anybody would have been completely shocked.
You got first team All-Pro.
Also, it's not his fault.
Right.
He's already won 2 MVPs. It's a little bit.
Yeah, I think that's the other
okay.
part of it. It's like Matt Leinart had a better year his senior year than when he actually won the Heisman. He had a better statistical senior, but they gave it to Reggie Bush his senior year.
Well, okay, so MVPs, anybody who's talking about the NBA is always like, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's the runaway MVP. Y'all know Jokic is averaging like a 30-point triple-double?
Yeah, people are just...
He's having like the best year of his career. But he's already won it twice.
Fatigue.
It's fatigue, yeah.
Yeah. They just want to give it to a Canadian.
Well, I mean...
Freaking DEI NBA.
I was like, Jokic isn't from here either. So.
Michelangelo, love that one, guys.
Wait, check the group chat. I just sent a pic. The Yankees are doing away with their facial hair policy.
They're finally doing it.
Yeah, this is from Hal Steinbrenner. In recent weeks, I have spoken to a large number of former and current Yankees spanning several eras. Goes on and blah, 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 blah. These recent conversations are an extension of an ongoing internal dialogue that dates back several years. Ultimately, the final decision rests with me, and after great consideration, we will be amending our expectations to allow our players and uniformed personnel to have well-groomed beards moving forward. It is the appropriate time to move beyond the familiar comfort of our former policy.
The bullying work.
So like my beard probably wouldn't work, but
you could. I mean, I don't know. That's the thing. Well-groomed's going to be tough to. Well-groomed's going to be tough to like.
You need to operatively define.
You can't have the. Gosh,
who's old boy that lost all of his swag recently? Looking like Samson out there when they made him cut his beard because he was the straw that broke the camel's back. He had that big pointy beard.
You can't have the Johnny Damon.
No.
Can't look like the caveman.
But I think the guy that they made cut, I think you could have him because it was long, but it was very well manicured. It was like shaved to a point.
They came over from the Red Sox?
I don't know. He was making the rounds a couple weeks ago. He had to cut off his beard, and all he had was a mustache left, and he looked like a 10-year-old. Maybe from the Brewers.
Oh, was it Devin Williams?
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, they made Devin Williams look like a child. The internet said that he lost all of his aura.
I mean, a beard will make or break you.
True.
It really will.
Actually true. Not that Taylor would know. Actually true, though. Taylor, we should do some sort of wager where you have to grow out your beard.
Okay.
If you win or lose.
Yeah, it's fun.
Okay, perfect. Grow out your beard then.
Oh, yeah, Verdugo had one, too, that he had to
That's
shave.
what I was thinking of.
But he was talking about Devin Williams.
Yeah. Shout out to the Yankees, I guess. Whatever. Idiots. Good on you. Who's the Yankees fan here?
Because
Prince was Moscona.
Yeah.
Yeah, Belly's.
Does he have to? Yeah, because he had like a scruff, little patchy.
Mm-hmm. I would say that's not well. What did they say? Well groomed.
Yeah, well groomed, well manicured, well groomed. I don't.
Bellinger has. Yeah, that's.
He looks good in the pinstripes.
Oh, you're a Yankees fan.
I like the Yankees.
I know Moscona is.
Go to All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge, allstartoyotabatonrouge.com, guys. That's the website where right when you open up the site, box pops up. You can search the inventory by make and model, by keyword. You can search by budget if that's going to be your main guiding factor for your next vehicle. And look, man, or you can just go see them off of Airline and Goodwood, work with that sales team, test drive whatever you want, and understand they're going to find an answer for you and your family no matter what that may be. Because our needs are different. Your needs are not my needs, are not Jake's needs, are not Alondra's needs, are not Taylor's needs. And we get that at All-Star. Also, remember that All-Star Service Center and Collision Center open to all makes and models, guys. So, go to All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge. allstartoyotabatonrouge.com. Find your next vehicle there. Rent if you're going on vacation if you want. And, hey, maybe you're looking for somewhere to work. You want a great family environment that pays well. All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge got your back, man. allstartoyotabatonrouge.com.
I miss that Paul Goldschmidt plays for the Yankees.
Mm-hmm.
Completely miss that.
Silver and gold.
I think since
I
don't remember since
I
when.
mean, it's
but
obviously this year because
yeah.
I know he was with the Cards last year. How did I miss that?
I don't know. I miss that too.
Well, you don't know who Paul Goldschmidt is.
Not true.
T-Bob only follows the Cubs.
I just saying silver and gold. That's what I'm saying every time he comes up to bat.
He does love the Cubs.
He's not a pitcher, is he?
Mm-mm.
Okay, good. That's what I sing every time he comes up to bat, you know? What I like about him, patient approach at the plate. In a day and age where everybody's all about definite results, you know, home run or strikeout. Goldschmidt brings an old school approach, patient, selective, quality at bats. That when I think of Paul Goldschmidt, that's what I think of. Quality ABs.
He hits
Stacking them.
a lot of home runs.
A lot of things.
Oh, yeah.
It's like kind of what he's.
Okay, well, good. What do you think quality at bats lead to?
Yeah.
Home runs,
I mean,
Taylor.
you know,
Do you
to
even
your
watch
point,
baseball,
yeah.
you idiot?
I mean,
Yeah.
was the Silver Slugger a few times.
Yeah, exactly.
Won the Hank Aaron Award.
Thank you. Exactly. Quality ABs, guys. What are we talking about? You don't win Silver
It's true.
Slugger.
You're right.
striking out all the time.
You're right.
Okay? High average.
Anthony Rizzo's just a free agent.
Goldschmidt's like the Puxatawny Phil of Yankee baseball.
Rizzo's, I don't know.
What?
Battled some
Are
injuries.
you out on Rizzo?
He's just not the same Rizzo that he was when he was with the Cubs.
Has anybody from the Cubs World Series team ever gone on to be as great as you
No.
thought they were going to be at the time?
No, and I saw
Even Chris Bryant.
That's what I'm
No,
saying.
that's
To a man.
Brian wasn't.
Everybody.
I saw some Javi Baez lowlights the other day that I was like, what happened to Javi Baez? Like, I don't know.
Breaking a curse is hard, dude. You know, you break
Yeah.
a generational curse. Look at LSU in 2019. Still haven't won a season opener since.
Maybe that's the sacrifice.
Sometimes you fly too close to the sun, the wax
bad.
melts off your wings, and next thing you know, you're drowning, and Paul Goldschmidt's hitting tanks, and you can't even figure out a way to get on base anymore.
Yeah.
Shout out Paulie Goldschmidt. Love that guy.
You probably would. Where's number 48? Just a
Yeah, I mean, I
gross
remember
number.
my brother lives in St. Louis. We used to always text back and forth like, oh, did you see Goldie just there?
Who'd he play for before St. Louis?
Well, I didn't care about him. For St. Louis.
Okay.
Yeah, I came
You
to him when
sure?
he was a Cardinal. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Not when he was a Brave.
Well, he's who?
A Brave.
No, Diamondbacks.
I care about one Diamondback, and that's
Oh.
Greg Counsell.
Oh, man, I was about to try to
Craig
guess.
Counsell. Greg Counsell.
Who is now?
He's the head coach of the Mariners. They brought him back. Manager of the Mariners. He was great on that Mariner team that won all those regular season games back in the day.
Does somebody want to tell him who he manages?
The Rays.
I want him to keep guessing.
I do too. Think about it.
Oh, the Brew Crew. The Diamondbacks.
Randy Johnson can't get no love from you, though?
So I was going to say, I do love that Diamondback World Series team. Randy Johnson, Kurt Schilling, Counsell, Luis Gonzalez back in the day. That was a great team. Dominant pitching.
Craig Counsell is actually the manager of your favorite team,
Oh,
the
the
Chicago
Cubbies.
Cubs.
I mean, hey, dude, you know.
You got Hunt Palmer in the chat. T-Bob.
He's great. He's great.
Now, you did say Brewers. He was once a Brewers.
Does he still wear a helmet?
No. He wears a ball cap.
Unbelievable. lost his way. That's not my Craig Counsell. Anyway.
That's why you didn't acknowledge him as the coach of the Cubs.
Yeah,
or
Luis
manager of the
Gonzalez.
Cubs.
Shout out Luis Gonzalez. What a legend. T-Bob's going to give me a stroke. My bad.
Why?
Because he was yelling at me for not knowing he was the.
Oh.
Yeah, what about Kyle Schwarber? What's that old thick boy up to nowadays?
I actually don't know off the top of my head.
Yeah. He had some run after that World Series. Like, he had solid years, but
He's with the Phillies.
Yeah.
DH with the Phillies.
Happened to Ryan Howard.
From the Phillies?
Yeah.
They retired years ago.
Shout out to him.
After they won with him and Chase Utley.
Yep. Oh, John Olerud wore the helmet? Am I getting him and Craig Counsell? I am getting him and Craig Counsell confused. Damn. Counsell used to bat like this.
Yep.
Yeah. Damn.
Olerud for a long time was like one of the few players that never played in the minor leagues until he got sent like on a rehab assignment. Like
what do you mean?
Late in his career.
Straight to the bigs from spring?
Yeah, like he never went to the minor leagues.
What? Oh, that's crazy.
I think John Olerud from Canada? If he
Olerud sounds like a Canadian
If he is,
last
let's
name.
stop talking.
Yeah,
Crap!
I ain't heard that last name that often. That's got to be a.
It was John Olerud, guys. I'm sorry. I got him and Counsell confused. Olerud was on that Diamondbacks team too. Am I crazy?
Okay, he's from Seattle. We can talk about John Olerud.
Okay.
He just played for the Blue Jays.
Olerud was definitely on the Mariners teams that I was referencing that. Anyway.
John Olerud?
Yeah, he was first base on the Mariner team back in the day.
No,
that
that'd
won
have been
like,
Yeah,
Tito.
you're right. No.
Tito.
2000 to 2004.
yeah,
he
the
was
one
on
that the one
Mariners.
that won like 1 million regular season
Right,
games.
but I thought Tito Martinez played first. And then Edgar Martinez was the DH.
I don't know. I just remember Olerud on that.
I know he played for the Mariners. You're right on that, but I didn't.
I'm not sure. Give us a hockey team. More off the bench next.
Off the bench.
Oh, wow, I did an all-star floater. So let's talk about Central Plumbing. CentralPlumbing.org, 925-8552. The two-way player award in college is named after John Olerud?
Yeah.
Where did he go to college? Central Plumbing? Did he go to
Where did John Olerud go to school?
925-8552? You know, say it, Tay-Tay.
Washington State.
Oh, really? A Coug? Okay, old Coug. Go to CentralPlumbing.org. They've been at it for 50 years. Guys can't hit them with a problem they don't know how to solve. But it's not just fixes. So they do have 24/7 emergency service, flat rate pricing, excellent warranty once the work is done as well. CentralPlumbing.org, 925-8552. What if you want a bathroom remodel? Maybe get something like a tankless water heater. Again, they are your answer. Central Plumbing, 925-8552.
John Olerud in the Hall of Fame, and Andrew Jones isn't in the Hall of Fame.
Andrew Jones isn't in the Hall of Fame?
It's ridiculous. We'll talk about it during the break. Maybe we'll bring it on air. CentralPlumbing.org.
What?
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales service and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
There's never been a better time to catch a John Deere deal from the crew of Sunshine. Ask us about our low monthly payment options on our tractor packages and let the good times roll. With equipment strong enough to power one of the world's largest celebrations, we've got your needs covered too. Learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details. Offer ends March 5th, 2025.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet.
Por eso ya no se enamora. Tal soltera está de moda. Por eso no.
Welcome in to the best morning sports-ish show around. Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Yes, Ryan Smith. Shaq was not Shazam. Sorry. No, Ryan Smith. Shaq was not Shazam. He was Kazam. The genie.
John Olerud, 2,239 hits. Andrew Jones, 1,933.
Oh, man.
Home runs.
So close to 2K.
Home runs for John Olerud, 255. For Andrew Jones, 434. Choo. RBIs, 1,230 for John Olerud, 1,289 for Andrew Jones. Now, batting average, Olerud, 295. Andrew Jones, 254. 3-time Gold Glove winner for John Olerud. 10-time Gold Glove winner for Andrew Jones.
Put Andrew Jones in the Hall of Fame. One of my favorite players ever growing up.
10 Gold Gloves and 434 home runs.
Even though Andrew Jones was a toxic influence on Little League Baseball. Because everybody was trying to catch. Everybody was trying to catch at the hip. Like last thing and flipping your glove up. All right. Hey, guys, some recruiting news for the Tigers. As Chad Simmons, one of the main voices of recruiting now at On3, says that Lamar Brown from U-High right here in LSU's backyard, that LSU is going to be very tough to beat. Now, Lamar himself has said that LSU has a slight edge on Texas A&M, and I know that I feel like the whispers I've always heard is that maybe Lamar, being that he's already playing on campus right now, maybe you want to get away a little bit. Maybe you want to go to Texas A&M. But LSU does have a ton of momentum right now, whereas A&M seems to be kind of spinning their wheels, sticking in the same place that they always have. So right now, if you don't know, he's a 5-star offensive lineman. Very good. He's huge. Right now, he's got official visits locked in with Miami, Florida State, A&M, and LSU. And again, according to Simmons, citing a local source, it's going to be, quote, very tough to beat. Citing Brown's connection with the entire staff, his family. Really, it's the Aggies. Like, I don't think Miami and FSU, even though he's going to visit, I don't think those are the plays. It is LSU versus the Aggies. He's going back to College Station March 22nd. That's going to be the time to watch there. But it's very good news, as I was already, and maybe still am, kind of just preparing to one day hear that Lamar Brown will be taking his talents elsewhere. Because, again, I can't fault the kid for maybe wanting to get out a little bit when you've already grown up on this LSU campus. But be awesome if they got him, because he's very good.
Yeah, it's something we always talk about anytime, certainly Baton Rouge prospects, but U-High. And look, that's where our kids go. So obviously, we're supporters there, but they're on the campus. Mm-hmm. And it's always like, how much longer do they want to be on said campus? Do they want to run it back? Right? I can tell you, I wouldn't, if my son is ever somebody that gets recruited, I wouldn't be shocked. He's not going to want to go anywhere. And it's not just because of me. I'm just talking about, like, he would love to stay at home. And some have that, and some are like, I want to get out of here as fast as I possibly can, and there's nothing LSU can do. And I know a lot of people don't want to hear that, but sometimes that's the case. So it is good to hear that LSU still not only has a chance, but sounds like they have a good chance of getting a really talented player that's, somebody that's good in the locker room, somebody that I think can continue to grow, continue to get better as well.
All right, when we get back, let's talk to LSU head baseball coach Jay Johnson here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench. Go
to All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge, allstartoyotabatonrouge.com. Remember, guys, if you hear me talk about the Service Center and understand that is open to all makes and models. Doesn't have to be Toyota, doesn't have to be All-Star. And you get treated the same way. You still take advantage of the free estimates, the excellent lines of communication, the rapid turnaround times, factory parts are there on the site, anything that you need. They got you, man. So if you need a checkup, you got something wonky going on, a funny noise, the gremlins are in there, you take it into All-Star Toyota, they're going to get you right, Bo. Located off of Airline in Goodwood. You go to the website, you can search the inventory there online. You can also order a custom vehicle straight there from the website. But I'd say to go see the excellent sales team at All-Star because, honestly, the people where it makes such a special place. Go to All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge today.
Yep, go to the website. And remember, you've got a break coming up. Going to be maybe out of school. Want to take a vacation. Go rent a Toyota today. Everything is available. Go to the website, allstartoyotaofbatonrouge.com.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Construction and Roofing.
This is Coach Kim Mulkey. Go to parishbuilt.com for all of your roofing needs.
From your hometown, parishbuilt.com.
There it is, the extra mile. On the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further. Like vans customized for work or play. With safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
There's never been a better time to catch a John Deere deal from the crew of Sunshine. Ask us about our low monthly payment options on our tractor packages and let the good times roll. With equipment strong enough to power one of the world's largest celebrations, we've got your needs covered too. Learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
Busting your butt, trying to earn a little extra pay.
It's taking her out when you get off to the creek.
Welcome back to the best morning sports show around. Sorta. It's Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to OTB. And right now, it's time to talk to the head man of LSU baseball, the development god himself, Coach Jay Johnson, fresh off a dominant opening to the season. Coach Johnson, what's going on, man? Thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah, sorry I missed you guys yesterday.
Oh, it's all good, bro. You were in the lab.
I got distracted with my job. I apologize.
Coach, it's okay. We just got distracted because somehow Andrew Jones isn't in the Hall of Fame. And so, that's all I've been doing, just looking at the stats and wondering why. So it happens.
That's a good player, man. That's a really good player.
Coach, I must thank you off the bat here because you continue to be one of the best communicators when it comes to talking to the layman, the meathead, the dumb football caveman, the strike zone line of scrimmage analogy, and controlling both offensive and defense. I mean, chef's kiss. Coach, you have really helped me frame that in my head. I mean, always do is important, but now I can see it exerting the same control over the game that it does when you dominate in the trenches. How did you arrive at, I know you kind of talked about it in the past, but how did you arrive at speaking in football terms when talking about baseball?
Well, it starts way back when. I was actually a pretty good running back. Wasn't quite as good as Hester, but pretty close.
I bet you can move.
And then looking at it, just the good days were when you couldn't see any defenders and, there was an open space for 14, 18 yards. And then when they weren't doing their job and you're 5'7", 165 pounds, those weren't awesome days, So no, I just actually heard a guy named Andy McKay, who's way up with the Seattle Mariners, one of the best baseball people I know. I heard him use it as a analogy, and I was like, that's totally how we're going to talk about this thing. Yeah, and so I have to give all the credit to Andy McKay, and our players know I talk in football terms all the time. Free base war is a turnover battle. So it kind of fit in how we were framing everything else.
Well, and so you mentioned doing your job, and I'll say this, Coach, y'all are dominating in the trenches right now. I mean, the amount of strikes, the strikeout to walk ratio. You talked about the 18 quality at bats in a row the other night. It's almost been perfect baseball up to this point. Is there are you seeing a sentiment around the team? It almost has the feeling of going to be like, okay, who's going to make the first mistake? Because everybody that has had opportunity thus far just feels like they've played perfectly.
Well, I like the engagement and what the players can control so far. The competition is going to get a lot better. It'll get better this weekend, actually. And so it's going to get tested. So the key is when it gets tested and things don't go as smoothly or as perfectly, do the players stay in their plan? And like I said, that'll be a step up this weekend. It'll be a step up as we move through the schedule, as we know, getting into SEC play. So, but I do like the engagement level and the things that lead to success and winning and good play. And it goes back to the strikes. Like on the pitching staff side, the pitch quality is the pitch quality regardless of who's standing in the box.
Mm-hmm.
That's been at a high level. And guys just haven't really given anything away at the plate. And again, we'll face tougher pitching, but they're at least doing what we're asking them to do.
Coach, when you're, bringing different people in throughout the game here early in the season, is all of that pretty much scripted? Is that like, okay, hey, when we get to this situation, or does some of that happen kind of organically? Like a situation, you can see it kind of starting to pop up, and you're like, hey, I want to see how he handles this current situation, be it at the plate or on the mound or wherever.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. I mean, obviously, like with the pitching staff, there's a lot, probably still to be decided as far as how things are going to shake out. But, I mean, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to see, like, for instance, Kason Evans has a great arm. Yeah. And so I wanted to, get him in the game and get kind of that first one out of the way in a low-leverage situation, because the next one is probably not going to be like that. You know what I mean? And then you get the same with, Maverick Rizzi, William Schmidt. I could go on and on and on. I mean, basically, we were able to get everybody in a spot to get their feet wet. So it gets that out of the way. But then, yeah, I mean, does Kason Evans play well off of like a Cade Anderson like we think he does? And so that would be a spot where he would maybe follow him up. With William Schmidt, guy's obviously going to be a starter. So, like, I was trying to get the pitch count up a little bit, but he got everybody out so fast. I looked up, and it was 8 outs and 28 pitches on the board. It's like, hey, you're doing great, man, but you're not helping me do what I'm trying to do here. So.
Coach, I thought you would appreciate this. Speaking of William Schmidt, I saw somebody on Twitter that maybe they're not a college baseball fan. Maybe they're just a baseball fan. They're like, hold up. Why is this young man throwing 97 in college baseball and not in the minor leagues?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, thank God. He's not, right?
But that's the kind of player you're getting now, though.
Yeah, nobody can get their head around, like, he just wanted to do this. Like, I mean, it was kind of cool. Like, we have a cool relationship because he, turned down a lot of money and all of that. Like, he literally put his arm around me and said thank you when I came out to the mound to get him the other day.
Wow.
And it's like,
That's
the guy
cool.
he just wants to be here. And that's all that it comes down to. And I'm very thankful for that and excited to see him continue to grow into what we think is going to be a great pitcher.
So, Coach, one of the early developing storylines here is just kind of the embarrassment of competitive depth that you have on this roster. And it's a real credit to you and the rest of the staff. And I know you just pour hours and hours into roster construction, and you're seeing it now. What's your message maybe to guys that haven't gotten their chance yet, haven't gotten to play here early on, but you think will factor in still down the road? What are you telling them?
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm looking at it a little differently right now. Like, everybody always asks me about the outfield, and rightfully so. Like, we're trying to take, like, Josh Pearson, Jake Brown, Ethan Fry, Ashton Larson, and out of that create, like, one All-American player between, like, the four of them and, like, one All-SEC player. And if you slot them right, that's exactly what you have. Now, all four of those guys, if they ended up playing, and it wouldn't surprise me if they all did at some point, we'd be fine. But, like, just communicating, like, hey, look, like, if you're not in there, it's not an indictment on you. This is what I'm trying to do. And then you go past that, and it's like, I'll use an example of Tanner Reeves. Like, Tanner Reeves has played in all 4 games, doesn't have a start yet, but if he did, we would be great. This is what we need him to do. Mick Paul is 2 for 2 with the walk.
Yeah.
The pitchers, like, it's really good that I will say that the vibe in here right now, and again, there's been zero adversity, but the vibe in here is very much about the team and doing what they can control. And as coaches, it's our job to communicate a path to improvement for every player and kind of what we need them to do. And so just like yesterday, I missed my interview with you guys because I was working on something with one of those players to make sure it was really clear what we're trying to get after.
Coach, one of the things I always find fascinating is when you ask different coaches, different sports, and we just had Jay Clark on, and we asked him kind of the same question here. Like, out of this weekend, what are you trying to make sure y'all get done? Like, what's that one thing? Because you mentioned, like, okay, cage work and different things, like, as a team maybe, and Beth Torina gave us an answer yesterday, but for you this weekend, like, what do you want to make sure gets done out there in the box?
Well, I want to improve. The games will be harder. There's no question about that. Unless I'm completely missing something, the games will be more difficult. And to stay in plan as the games get more difficult. You can't control the weather. It's cold. I mean, yesterday you could have hit it 17 times and it wouldn't have gone out to left field. You know, so like you're probably going to be playing in close games. We actually lost a game here last year in these same conditions to Stony Brook, and Jared Jones hit 118 off the bat and it didn't go out.
I remember that.
A 3-run homer. So, can you play a disciplined approach to a game like that, which is something I take a lot of pride in that our team can do. I think we're better positioned to do that type of thing this year. So just play the game, win. Obviously, that's always the number one goal. And, I'm not like just trying to figure stuff out. We want to win the game and then figure stuff out, as we're going is kind of the model.
Coach Jay Johnson, thank you so much, man. Again, thank you for taking time. I know you are busy 24/7. Get out to the box this weekend, guys. Another chance to watch this team, who you hope ends up in Omaha, play Omaha this week. And remember, Nichols on Monday, and then we're off to Texas next week. Coach, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
All right, guys. Have a great day.
Thanks,
Yes,
Coach.
sir.
You too.
Coach Jay Johnson. By the way, he mentioned Mick Paul there. Koki Riley is a really good write-up in The Advocate today about Mick Paul, and it's always interesting to to learn the stories behind people. So Mick Paul last April Fool's Day wakes up and his shoulder's kind of swollen. No big deal, that doesn't hurt too much, but it's swollen. Well, the training staff looks at him and they say, actually, we think maybe you should go to the hospital. Turns out he had something going on where his blood vessels were being squeezed, Jake, between his rib and a different piece of his body. I think maybe his shoulder. Yeah. And it was creating blood clots. He had one go to his lungs, potential pulmonary embolism. So he actually ends up in intensive care for 4 days, multiple surgeries. They then they remove a rib, fully remove the rib. He's on blood thinners for 6 months. And then he finally gets cleared to play in October again. And here he is. He's in that uber competitive outfield. He's played in all 4 games. And as Jay said, he's 2 for 2 with a walk. So again, that's a name that we never mentioned, but just one of those fascinating stories buried on this roster. Yeah. A man who has literally had a rib removed, overcome severe medical adversity. He would have redshirted anyway last year. That was always the plan. But now has gotten some opportunity in a room filled with superstars and has done well. So shout out Mick Paul. I'm a Mick Paul fan whenever I see him now.
Yeah, that's a good story of him, continuing to fight for his dreams and fight for what he's worked his entire life for. And this team, and that's why I kind of mentioned the Schmidt thing to Coach, is because this guy's not a college baseball fan. He's like, hold up, there's guys still in 97 as freshmen in college baseball.
Well, you know who is a college baseball fan? Seems like LSU fan, Billy Schmidt. I mean, straight up, Jay.
Thank you.
Like that. Thank you.
On the mound, that was
dreams
awesome
are
to
coming
hear.
true.
It was funny to hear Coach say, "Yeah, thank God." But that's the kind of baseball player now with the scholarship situation, like it is, like the NIL situation. You don't have to go. I was catching up with Eric Sorensen, D1 baseball, and yesterday he's like, "Yeah, do I want to be on a bus to God knows where, Indiana, or do I want to be pitching inside the box for 3 years?" And then when I get drafted, I'm in the minors for 1.5 years, and I'm in the show.
The only thing about the Schmidt part of that equation is I'm sure he turned down some
for sure
very real money.
And
that doesn't always come back for everybody.
No, I mean,
Marcel, what was his?
Maurice Hampton.
Maurice Hampton, yes.
Mo Hampton was somebody that turned down a little over $1 million and didn't work out for him. And that's tough. It's very, very tough. And position player feels a little bit different. You don't get as many opportunities maybe as a pitcher, but still – that you have to live with that. You have to go into that saying, okay, I'll never get that back. If I make this decision now, very likely you can, but you have to go into it saying I'll never get that back. But rather than being on a bus, again, as Eric said, to God knows where, Indiana, you can go pitch in the SEC. You can go pitch in some of these great venues. You can go pitch in a stadium that on the weekends is going to be, 10,000, 11,000, 12,000 people, and you get now the added benefit of having NIL. You're on scholarship. You have, compared to the minor leagues, you have world-class travel. So it makes a lot of sense, and it's exciting that we get a chance to see a William Schmidt go out there and throw 97 and be a player in college baseball. That's the way that he can develop and he can learn his ways and how to try to become a pro, because just like all the rest of college athletics, it's more pro-like than it's ever been.
Coming up next here on OTB, let's close out hour number 2.
Off the bench.
Hey, guys, go to Boudreaux's Electrical. If you want a Generac home generator, really, if you need any electric work, but especially if you want that home generator to keep the lights on when the crap hits the fan, make sure you and your family are protected, you want to go to Boudreaux's Electrical. It's family run and has been for over 40 years now, guys. Okay? And the reason why they've been successful is because everything is customer first. This is a local company that actually gives a damn about you. You got to be wary. Some of the other places selling you these generators, okay, the private equity's buying them up. You're nothing but a number on a spreadsheet. Nothing could be further than the truth when you're talking about Boudreaux's Electrical. They give a damn about you, and they will go to the nth degree. They will leave no stone unturned to make sure with 24/7 monitoring that your system is ready to go. Go to BoudreauxElectrical.com.
Yeah, when you go to the website, you'll see everything that T-Bob's talking about, but also check it out on Google. 5 out of 5. Every single review is a 5-star review. BoudreauxElectrical.com.
You gotta believe in a dream. Believe. You gotta believe in a dream. Believe. You gotta believe. Whole team on wild.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales service and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
There's never been a better time to catch a John Deere deal from the crew of Sunshine. Ask us about our low monthly payment options on our tractor packages and let the good times roll. With equipment strong enough to power one of the world's largest celebrations, we've got your needs covered too. Learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details. Offer ends March 5th, 2025.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
Ey, Titi me preguntó si tengo muchas novias.
Welcome in to the best morning sports-ish show around. Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Si tengo muchas novias. Muchas novias. Hoy tengo a una, mañana a otra. Me las voy a llevar a todas pa' un VIP, ey.
Vámonos! Bienvenidos! How do I say welcome back in Spanish, Alondra?
You said it.
Bienvenidos?
Bienvenidos.
Oh, that means welcome back?
It means welcome.
Welcome, right?
Yeah. But it works as like welcome back.
Bienvenidos, mi hermanos y mi hermanas. Right? My brothers and sisters?
Mm-hmm.
There we go. How do you say off the bench in Spanish?
How do you say bench? I don't know how you say bench.
Otre de bench.
That's so.
What? Is that racist?
Feels like it.
No, I mean that. If you don't know bench, that's probably how you say it.
Desde el banquillo.
Desde?
Desde el banquillo.
Desde el banquillo.
B-A-N-C-O.
Yeah, hell yeah. Banquillo. Welcome back.
I don't
OTB.
know any Spanish. I'm going to be real honest with you.
We're going to make Tay-Tay do a beer run to start next hour.
Cerveza.
Sí. Cerveza run. Dos cerveza, por favor.
Only thing I know is Dos Cicero.
Dos Cicero. Score very close to many USMNT hearts.
Yeah, and after last night, I don't want Mexico. I want Canada.
Yeah.
Canada's probably bad at soccer, right?
No, they're actually decent.
Are they good?
Yeah, they got like a couple of world-class players.
They're traditionally
Jesse
not
March.
good, though, right? They're just on a heater right now?
They've gotten much better the last 5-6 years.
Okay.
Jesse March used to play for the U.S. men's national team. Is actually their head coach.
Wow. Shout out to LSU women's basketball dominating UGA last night, 79-60. Noah needs tomorrow, no problem. Missed the first game of her career. But Coach Mulkey's saying just foot soreness, not serious. She'll be back next game, and that's good because again, LSU basketball getting ready for the SC tournament and whatnot. But 3 really tough games to finish at number 14 Kentucky, at number 18 Alabama, and then at home against Ole Miss, who's not ranked right now, but
They're really
has
good.
been ranked the
Coach Yo's got
majority of the
scrappy
season.
team. I do love the fact that Coach Mulkey basically came on with us, and she's like, "Look, it's a Georgia game, whatever."
I know.
I mean,
we got-
not
we
like
got
in a
things to
disrespectful way,
work
but
on.
she's like, "We got stuff we got to work on," and then you got one of your top players missing. She's like, "Yeah, we'll get through Georgia. That's fine, but we got to worry about other things." And she's right.
She is right, and they took care of Georgia, without Needs Bar, like they said that they would. Coming up next hour during the beer run shenanigans, we have a few different topics. A Falcons super fan, the Falcons bird lady, has been arrested
Oh man,
for defrauding customers with fake tailgate parties and whatnot.
wait, she was like selling fake tailgate parties.
Yes. Now, and look, I owe you Magnus Carlsen, went on Joe Rogan. Kind of want to mention that maybe a little bit.
Magnus Carlsen, like world's strongest man.
No, Magnus Carlsen, best chess player.
Did you watch it?
This feels like world's strongest
It
man.
does.
doesn't
Magnus
it?
feels
was
like a
actually
name.
good.
Yeah.
Magnus Carlsen. Magnus von Magnuson.
I felt like
the
I was
old,
like going to be close with that one. I'm
right?
not gonna
Wasn't
lie.
it Magnus von Magnuson, the old world's strongest
Feels
I
man?
don't know,
like
but
it.
Magnus
Yeah.
sounds like the name of to Jake's point. Like,
Now, I know we normally talk baseball OF, but we might take a turn into the other OF as Bonnie Blue and Lily Phillips are out here having a pregnancy battle now.
No.
Yeah, we're not going to be talking about
Yes,
that.
we are. We absolutely have to break this down because it's interesting.
I don't know anything about it, so.
If Maury's
well, I'm
not
gonna
touching
educate
it,
you.
I don't know if we should.
Educate
like,
you today.
exactly. Like if
You gonna
Maury
learn
Povich is
today.
like, I ain't touching that one. I don't think we should.
¿Dónde está las cervezas? Taylor.
yeah,
It's not the answer.
we're making C.
Do you even know Spanish? Coming up next, more
No.
OTB.
Off the bench.
Need service now? Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram can get you same-day appointments for service, and we offer pickup and delivery of your vehicle from New Orleans to Baton Rouge. If you need sales and service, the crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared towards seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
When you can't rely on technology, you can rely on Mountain Cold Refreshment. Dave's back on. Coors Light. Choose chill.
There's never been a better time to catch a John Deere deal from the crew of Sunshine. Ask us about our low monthly payment options on our tractor packages and let the good times roll. With equipment strong enough to power one of the world's largest celebrations, we've got your needs covered too. Learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details. Offer ends March 5th, 2025.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
At Auctioner, We know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
Good morning. It's a 9 a.m. here on Friday, February 21st. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect partly cloudy skies with a high of 48 in hour 3 of today's show. Well, we'll see what kind of trouble we can get into. If you missed hours 1 or 2 of the show, you can catch it in the on-demand section at 1045ESPN.com. You can also follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel. Hour number 3 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
Let's go, baby, let's go! All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah!
Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah, they said I gotta come off the bench.
Now, here's Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Whoa! Just got very lightheaded. I'm about to pass out. If I pass out, guys, make sure I don't hit my head on anything. Taylor's gone on a beer run. He has this segment to make it back. If he doesn't, he is fired.
Beers.
High stakes beer run for Taylor Sharp right now. I'm T-Bob Hebert. He's Jake Hester. We got Alondra Villarreal holding it down behind the glass. Alondra, T's and P's to you. I gave my T's and P's to Taylor earlier for Zach Martin. Happy trails to our guy, Wimby. Speaking of shoulder-related blood clots.
I know.
Some thrombosis in the shoulder costing Wimby his season, man. Yeah. NBA cannot catch a break. I mean, you get completely embarrassed and smashed by the NHL over All-Star Weekend. Draymond's out here calling the game boring. Shaq and everybody's agreeing. And then one of the lone exciting parts about the NBA right now, Wimby, this just alien unicorn of a superstar who, I don't love what he did in the skills competition, but I love him. He's incredible. He's now out for the entire year.
Yeah.
As if Spurs fans weren't dealing with enough with Pop and everything else. Finally thinking you're back, and now Wimby's out for the year.
Yeah, it's a big blow to not only the NBA, but obviously the Spurs. And we were trying to make a playoff push down the stretch, and I just unfortunately don't think it's going to happen because Mitch Johnson couldn't even get it done when he had Wimby. So I I mean, they won last night versus the Suns, I think they played. So, I don't know. I mean, you got Fox, you got Castle, who's great, CP3, but it's very upsetting because Wemby's just so great. And, like, he's so wholesome, and you just hate to see it for him. But, you know, I had a little bit of I was in shambles yesterday.
It's rough.
Take me instead.
It's awful. It's awful news. It's awful news, again, I think, for the NBA as a whole. Like, they need Wemby in the playoffs on that stage, showing the country how insane he actually is. And it's not like, I mean, this is probably for the best in the long term. It's not like an ACL or something like that, but it's just a weirder, kind of more depressing injury in some ways that this would randomly get discovered and hold him out after All-Star Weekend.
Yeah.
So, huge bummer for the Spurs fan. Jake, you might care more about this next news, though, you know, I don't know, maybe you do care about Wemby. But the MLB and ESPN breaking up? What, the MLB saying, you don't treat us right.
Yeah.
And ESPN saying, we've tried for a long time.
Yeah.
Okay? And guess what? We're just not that into you anymore.
Yeah, and when you look at where baseball is right now, it's you know, it's got to find something. It's got to find some new juice. The numbers are declining, and I love baseball. I love sitting there, and even as like a grown adult, I was in the NFL, and when I came home, we were eating dinner, we were watching the Braves.
Yeah,
like that's what we did. And even I'm like, I'm watching on my phone a little bit here, a little bit there. It's just like I'm trying to get back and find the passion of it. And it's tough, even for somebody like me who always grew up watching baseball. And so like for ESPN, like one of MLB's complaints is like, you know, if it's not the game, the actual game on TV, there's no baseball coverage on ESPN because shows like First Take are talking NFL, they're talking NBA, they're talking other things, and they want to see, you know, they want to see it like it used to be, where every single night Baseball Tonight was on. Yeah, and we all loved it. And Peter Gammons.
There's not even a Baseball Tonight.
No, I haven't been in a while.
Whoa, that is pretty crazy.
It's been a long time, but it used to be that way. Well, it's not that way anymore, and I hate it. I don't love it. But baseball and the MLB right now, like, we pay attention more to college baseball. Like, it's much more exciting to us.
Yeah.
And so, like, for ESPN, they don't show it because, like, they're trying to make a profit, and those shows now just don't do numbers. And again, I hate that. But now MLB is like, hey, I want to go find somebody where I feel valued. I want to go somewhere where we are one of the lead stories with the NFL, with the NBA. They're talking Major League Baseball. When I turn it on, I see stories about Shohei Ohtani or Trout or whoever it might be. And so that's what they're looking for.
And, I mean, the landing spot there is obvious.
Yeah, I agree.
It's Fox.
Yeah.
Fox is, well, it's a few things. First off, does Fox still have all their regional sports networks? I think they still do. I'm not 100% sure on that. They don't? Are we sure?
Well, I know,
I guess
again,
Bally,
that's something that Disney acquired, remember?
Well, but they didn't buy the regional sports networks. That was outside of the deal.
That's what I'm saying. They acquired the Fox right. We talked about this yesterday.
Yeah, they didn't acquire the regional sports networks.
But Fox had that, and it was like weird because it's like all they had, and then they sold them to Bally,
to
right?
Bally, yeah, I guess they did sell them to Bally. But I think the Fox moves make sense. Well, first off, because it's really the only other major player in the game to begin with. But also, Fox in LA, the one team in baseball, or not one, but the biggest news, revenue generating, attendance record setting team in baseball are the Dodgers. That's a massive market. And so, yes, go to Fox. Then all their shows start hyping up the MLB more. And instead of a Lakers story, instead of going out of your way for a Lakers story every day, you go out of your way for a Dodgers story every day. So ESPN, MLB breaking up, and I imagine Fox is going to be ready to get them sloppy seconds. Little rebound for Foxy there.
So I was trying to see, like, gosh, I think now FanDuel Sports Network owns the rights to what we used to know be Fox Sports regional networks.
It makes sense. I guess Bally was a gambling company. I don't know, dude.
I don't know. It's, yeah. And it used to be.
I mean, take me back to when it was just Fox Sports New Orleans. It was a simpler, better time. It was a simpler, better time.
Like, I watched the Braves forever on Fox Sports Southeast.
I mean, now if we want to go all the way back,
TBS.
Take Me Home to the Superstation.
Yeah, for sure.
Right? Catch Saved by the Bell on the way to football practice in the afternoon. Freaking Braves game that night.
Yeah.
Watching Tommy Glavine and Mark Wohler come in to clean it up.
Yep. So
Kevin Norwood.
If you want to go
he wasn't that good. I was just thinking of a name.
We can go Fred McGriff, Mark Lemke, Jeff Blauser, Terry Pendleton, Javi Lopez, Ron Gant, Otis Nixon.
What about Ryan Klesko?
Ryan Klesko played some first base for sure. I'm trying to think who was right field on those teams.
My favorite, David Justice.
David Justice. That would have been the right fielder. And then here came a young Chipper Jones, a young Andrew Jones.
Javi.
Yeah, Damon Berryhill when Javi, before that, Eddie Perez was Maddox's
catcher, dude. But you never understood as a kid because I didn't understand the dynamics of like a pitcher and catcher and how the catcher calls the game and all that. I was like,
how much of
why
a
do we
dog?
keep taking Javi bat out of the lineup?
Right. How much of a dog do you have to be to have your own personal catcher?
Yeah. Well, I mean, hey, when you get to like a 3-0 count like twice in your million at bat career, yeah. Ryan Smith says he got his name from Ryan Klesko. There is no freaking way. That's crazy.
That's actually awesome.
Shout out Fred McGriff, AAU, back-to-back national champions.
I mean, Hudson Hester didn't not get his name from Tim Hudson. I'll tell you a story.
I loved Tim Hudson when he was in Oakland.
Tim Hudson, I tell you a story.
Why didn't it work out in Atlanta, though?
It did. Did some good years in Atlanta.
Okay.
Yeah. And so I was at a Braves game, at a Braves series, and I had a couple of buddies that were on the team, and we went into the locker room before one of the games, and somebody was trying to get Tim Hudson's attention.
Yeah.
And they're like, Huddy.
Oh,
and I'm
Huddy.
like,
Are you like, oh, I like that.
Ooh, that's good. I like that. And so that's how Hudson, because that's what we call Hudson. We call him Hud or Huddy.
God, I was so pumped when Tim Hudson went to the Braves. Yeah, Dale Murphy, the OG Brave that kind of kicked off good baseball.
He should be in the Hall of Fame.
He's not in the Hall of Fame?
No.
Bro, what is going on? Wow, look at Tay-Tay already back?
Man, we hadn't even gotten into a discussion really yet.
Damn, son. Tay-Tay, name your favorite classic Atlanta Brave.
Not the 18.
Chipper Jones.
Okay, yep. Yes, that counts for sure. I know Chat's mentioned the Big Cat quite a few times. Shout out Andres Galarraga.
Marcus Giles played a little second base. Rafael Furcal played a little shortstop there later. Vinny Castilla came over, and Chipper was such a team player. He said, I'll play a little left field so he can play third base.
I don't remember that.
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Heck, Freddie Freeman was even playing third base for a little bit. I'm trying to think who. Somebody got hot at first base, and he's like, look, it'll help the team. Chipper had already retired. He played a little third base.
Hey, guys, you want to hear something funny about the Saints draft? You know who Daniel Jeremiah has him selecting at 9?
I had a full conversation about it with Rhett Lewis yesterday. I made fun of the Saints. I actually said, if this happens, Rhett, that Saints fans will march to Green Bay to fight somebody.
I haven't seen it. Who is it?
Oh, who do you like? What? Okay, real quick. You haven't seen it. I'm putting you on the spot.
Smaller.
Real quick.
Can I give any hints? No, I won't give any hints.
You just want position?
Position and school. Like, what do you think? Like, who do you think Saints?
Oh, got to be a defensive end.
Yes.
From?
Oh, I don't know. Somewhere like Marshall, something like that.
Yeah, you've nailed it.
Is there really?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mike Green. Daniel Jeremiah has him taking Mike Green. You want one of these Cole Kerslachbo?
Yep, of course, because that's the Saints are going to take
Here you go, Tay.
an edge rusher from a group
Alondra,
of
you want
5
one?
school.
Here you go, Tay. Yeah. Mike Green. Daniel Jeremiah. Say take Mike Green. Which I feel a bit at odds with myself, Jake, because A, very productive college player, 17 sacks.
Yep.
B, absolutely dominated the Senior Bowl. And everybody else I've seen dominate the Senior Bowl has gone on to be really freaking good.
Except Trevor Penning.
Yeah. He didn't dominate, though.
He dominated one-on-ones.
Yeah. But like Aaron Donald dominated. So I look, But, yes, Jake is absolutely right. It comes in the context of
Marcus
Peyton
Davenport.
Turner, Marcus Davenport. Well, Foskey's a big school guy, but
He's
still
still
just
not
all
good.
of the misses. But they got Hendrickson, right? Where'd Hendrickson come from? But it wasn't a first-round pick.
No, he's
They got rid of him. So
third-round pick?
Again, I don't know if you would have had to get rid of Hendrickson if it wasn't for
Let's see where he was.
Marcus Williams.
2020. No, I think it was, the salary cap reduction.
Yeah. Well, the point is, like,
He was a small school guy, to your point. I'm trying to think where he was picked 103, third rounder.
Okay.
Like,
you want to guess where he went to college?
I don't want him taking one.
Where'd Hendrickson go to college?
Yeah, Group 5 school.
Group of 5 school. He went to Miami of Ohio.
Tay-Tay?
Georgia Southern.
FAU.
That was closer. Georgia's
play for
closer
Lane?
than
Maybe.
Alla.
Let's see.
God, the Lane Kiffin era at FAU. Remember that?
They were good.
No, I know. I feel they were great. I feel like everybody's just forgotten that. He's so Ole Miss now.
Let's see. Nope. The next year is when Lane came.
JV Senior says Hall of Fame player for a steal. Mike Green is the next left tackle. Hell yeah. Or the next left tackle. The next Lawrence Taylor. Excuse me.
Great player.
Of course, JV Senior is our noted obsessive Marshall fan in the chat.
Yeah, this has nothing to do with Green as a player. It's more the pattern of the Saints.
Yeah, they always miss on this guy. Like, they actually need a DN. I don't want him taking a DN first round.
Okay. But check this out. How many times in a row can you miss? Eventually, you have to get it right? Like, what do shooters do? Keep shooting, Langston Galloway didn't get called green light because he was sitting there passing. Okay? We putting up shots. I'm going to draft a small school DN in the first round every single year if I'm Mickey Loomis until I get one right.
That's what I was telling
Well,
you.
he had one right. He didn't re-sign him.
But he wasn't first round. First round.
Yeah, true.
First round.
A pick when a little like graphic went viral the other day. This guy's a massive Cleveland Browns fan. And he goes, I'm going to do a Cleveland Browns mock draft. And he had them taking a quarterback all 7 rounds. And he's like, one of these guys has to hit.
Eventually you got to get it right,
one
dude.
Of them has to hit.
Man. God, that first sip of beer, it just reminds me of, like, even though it's a freezing day, I don't know why. I guess I haven't had just domestic light beer in a hot minute. I feel like I'm on spring break. Maybe it's the 9 a.m., like, cracking a beer, start time. Like, this feels like what it felt like when you woke up, not a care in the world, Bob Marley jamming, sun in the air, and you're about to be on the beach all day long, flirting, acting a fool, playing Louisville chugger. Maybe you got a broken leg at the time and you're crutching around and you're really worried about the fresh stitches getting infected and that you're going to get a blood clot and die. And then by the end of the week, because you've been doing way too many illicit activities, you end up having an extreme panic attack and your car breaks down on the interstate. You go to the emergency room, you call your mother, you give her your death speech, you give your wife your death speech because you're convinced you're going to die. Your body's absolutely racked with pain. And then the second the morphine hits your blood, you realize, oh my God, it was all in my head. And you feel a bit foolish. I mean, that's what this tastes like.
Speaking of beer at 9 a.m., ran into one of our listeners at the gas station.
No way.
So he's standing next to me. Okay. He looks over and he goes, "Hey man, saw you filling for Hunt yesterday. Great job."
Great job. Hell yeah, dude.
It. And then he kind of looks down, and naturally I have an 18-pack of beer in my hand, and I looked at him. I was like, "Look, do you know who T-Bob Hebert is? It's just a mid-show beer run. He does construction. He's working on the church right next to us."
Oh, nice. Yeah. I've been doing that for a minute.
Beautiful church. Beautiful church.
Who do you want the Saints to draft?
Mike Green.
Really?
No, I don't care.
I want Teterow McMillan.
I do too. If you can't,
Teterow's a beast. Also, incredibly fun name to say.
Yeah.
So syllabic.
And
Teterow.
He's every bit of 6'4".
Yeah, he's a beast. You see that picture of him the other day jumping up and like catching the ball, looking like it was one of those old fake like fantasy commercials. Like he like jumped and spun and like overhand, one hand palm the ball.
He's got some Mike Evans to him.
Yeah. No, I'd be down for Teterow. Plus, like, is Olave done? He's kind of done.
So also,
he's like, I mean, it's not even funny. Like he feels like Billy Bob's character in another teen movie with the concussion counter up there on the scoreboard. I mean, it feels like it's terrible. But like once you get into the situation where every big hit or even glancing hit, like you kind of worry about it.
Alondra, would you like to read your notes to the class? I just tuned out this entire segment.
I did. I was trying to post something, and then I accidentally posted it on Tiger's page, and I was supposed to post it on ESPN's page. And yesterday, I was going to post something on Tiger's page, and I posted it on my own page. And then I got a text.
You're just a disaster.
Yeah, I got a text from someone, and then,
So you're posting beer pictures on Tiger's page.
I accidentally did, yes, but I deleted it.
Hey, everybody likes beer, okay? You could leave it on Tiger's page.
I deleted it.
I mean, if anybody likes beer, it's a country music station.
It's fair.
It's waking up, Coker's light on a Friday night morning.
Y'all agree with me that it sounded like Dierks Bentley?
It's thinking back when I was a kid about being
like that,
born.
Hold on.
Play the song coming back in.
The song that you played,
Yeah. Okay, when we get back, because we got to go to break, we've gone long.
Don't waste the song.
More OTB. You're right. We're going to play Land Law again when we get back. More OTB coming up next.
Off the bench.
It's trash pickup, fishing, and
Speaking of
reliable
trash.
every single week. It's texting you the night before so you don't forget and sleep. It's reliable and hassle-free trash service removal. It's Trash Rangers for half off price. Come on, don't be a fool. Go to Trash Rangers, okay? If you live in Livingston City, you make the switch today. If you have residential, you get to choose if you live there. And, we've extended our half-off deal, $13.95 a month, as low as $13.95 a month, guys, for better service. How about that? And remember, if you are a local small business owner, well, guess what? We are too. And that's anywhere in the listening area. You get a choice. You choose Trash Rangers, trashrangers.com.
225-363-9053 is the number. Make the switch today. You can do it also on the website T-Bob gave you, trashrangers.com.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
There it is, the extra mile. On the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further. Like vans customized for work or play. With safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
There's never been a better time to catch a John Deere deal from the crew of Sunshine. Ask us about our low monthly payment options on our tractor packages and let the good times roll. With equipment strong enough to power one of the world's largest celebrations, we've got your needs covered too. Learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details. Offer ends March 5th, 2025.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be
Blah, 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 blah. Yo, 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 yo. Yeah. La, 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 la. Blah.
Welcome in to the best morning sports-ish show around. Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Once again asking Chuck from Chuck's in the Avenue to get in touch with me. I'm actually I'm not going to lie, my ego is bruised a bit that we have not. I mean, normally you can say anything into this microphone and it gets to where you want it to be. But is Chuck just so insulated that maybe I should check my Instagram
Maybe
messages.
nobody knows him.
No, that's just not even true.
No, I mean personally.
Well, that's not true. He lives in the North Shore. What is this algorithm?
Jesus.
I don't know.
Dude, I don't know what you be liking or watching.
Vampire guy. I'm going to throw that
Your
like.
algorithm. That's why your algorithm is what it is.
Yeah, I love it, though. I mean, it's my algorithm.
You can't
It's
be
for me.
liking stuff like that.
It's for me.
No, it's
What
not.
sucks is, you know how I know they do eye tracking and stuff like that? Is I've gone out of my way to make my Instagram not horny. No horny follows, no horny likes, and still some stuff ends up on the reels just because sometimes when something pops up, I guess my eyes linger too long.
Your eyes a little too long.
Yeah, but I don't like it. I don't click on the video.
But it's you don't scroll past it quick enough or
Or
something.
something.
It counts as a
Even
watch.
when it's the little squares. I'm pretty sure they can track our eyes. Where
Yeah,
we're
they got
looking
the
on
four in the
screen.
middle. Yeah, before you click on it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. I guess, if I see some jiggling, maybe I'll just linger a little too long.
What?
Jesus. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Damn it, Chuck!
So did you watch the entirety of Magnus Carlsen on Joe Rogan?
Oh, I haven't fully finished it yet. I
But
think I'm
wasn't
an
it
hour
good?
in.
What you've seen?
Did he have jeans on?
For those that don't know, yeah, I know that's a good story. Huh? I wonder if that comes up actually at the end. I don't know.
5 minutes in, they bring up the beads, though.
I know 5 minutes in they bring up the cheese here, which is so it's weird to approach this interview from someone who is obsessed with chess and all that drama and Carlsen, because there's a lot of times where it's almost like, man, Rogan, you got Magnus to sit down for 2 hours. It's almost like I wish you could have had someone who maybe knew a little more to dig a little deeper. But I thought Rogan did a good job. I mean, obviously his strength is interviewing people. I think this was maybe a bit outside of his comfort zone.
He ain't there to talk chess, though.
He did, though. I mean, he did. They talk a ton of chess. But at times you'd have Rogan, you could feel I don't know.
Right, I'm saying, but if you go on Rogan, you got to know, you're going to be covering everything.
Yeah, I mean, they're more talking about, being, the best in the world at what you do and how
Right.
you get there and stuff like that. Like Rogan did a fine job. I just found my brain popping off with, other questions that I would have liked to ask. But no, but a lot of people say Magnus is awkward. I don't find him to be particularly awkward. I mean, maybe a bit, but it's a second language. I feel like he did. I thought it was
from?
great. Is he? Is it Denmark?
Let's see. But so this is what I was going to say, though, and I was going to text it in the group last night when I sent you the interview. He is from Norway.
Norway. Okay.
When I sent you the interviews, that Joe
Norwegian.
Rogan actually has really good interviews. So I was going to tell you,
always.
I think you'll actually really enjoy this one because
No. I mean, look, I'm not Joe Rogan ignorant. You know, I used to listen to some Rogan back in the day. I like when he has scientists on.
I
and
love when he has scientists
out there
on.
thinkers, and even though I don't agree with anything he says, the Alex Jones episodes are objectively hilarious and insane. So I'm not. So yes, I'm definitely not a Rogan bro, but every now and then I'll pop it. He had CoffeeZilla on, the guy that exposes all the crypto stuff, and that was great, and that was fantastic.
He has really great interviews.
But see, even in that one, Rogan was like a CoffeeZilla fan and has seen a lot of content. He was really kind of coming to this as somebody who really doesn't know anything about chess, and did very well within that context.
Wasn't it so funny that Tony Hinchcliffe was randomly there?
Yeah. Yeah.
I love Tony Hinchcliffe.
Actually, Tony Hinchcliffe talking about golf and his love of golf was one of the more interesting takes on golf that I've ever heard.
Doesn't strike me as a golfer.
No, I know. He's obsessed, though.
Strike me as a chess guy either.
Guess what? No one is a golfer until they get really wealthy and they can. And then they're like, oh, my God, this game's actually awesome. because I get to sit here and meditate and be alone and play for 4 hours. And
look at all the,
bugs
because
me.
like to your point, like look at all the former professional athletes, like in other sports that all play golf now.
Like John Rockefeller cared about nothing except for making money until he discovered golf. And he like built himself like private courses. Like it took it's everybody. Almost everybody ends up getting hooked if you get rich enough.
Not me.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. That's what we talked about yesterday. You're the exception to the rule. The longtime NFL vet that actually does not get golf obsessed.
Y'all want some good content? I got to play golf next Saturday morning, and I'm just not.
Are you bad? I mean, everybody's bad.
I've played like 2 rounds of golf in my entire life.
Yeah.
And that was like 3 years ago.
I mean, I would like to get to the point where I can go out there and not completely embarrass myself, but it's never happening, I don't think.
I have to bowl in that bowling thing next Friday. The Mayor's All-Star or something.
I used to love bowling back in college, man. We used to go to All-Star every Wednesday.
Did we give the update on the baseball schedule? Because Sundays,
Nope.
Sunday's game, there's going to be a doubleheader Saturday. Sunday's game got moved to Saturday at 5 p.m.
Yeah, Sunday's supposed to be just rain all day. I think 8 hours.
Yeah. So
Rain.
Saturday's first game was supposed to be at 2. It got moved up to 12 p.m. And then the second game will be at 5 p.m.
Okay.
So
right on.
Just a heads up for if you were planning to go out to the box this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, look, I got I'm not gonna lie, I think golf, the older I get, I used to hate it because it used to piss me off that, like, you know, golfers could spend 5 hours on a course on Saturday and they're like good functioning members of society, but if I wanted to, like, you know, play Dungeons and Dragons for 5 hours, I'm just like a kid. Right. But
it's a good way to put it, though.
Yeah, but the older I've gotten, the more I do appreciate, like when you have less time to yourself, then I think the appeal of golf, where you're like, oh my God, you tell me I can just have all this time where I really am not thinking about anything in life. Like I'm not like, you know, I'm kind of away from it all. Like that does become more and more attractive the older you get. That's why I'm really looking forward to charity golf season coming up, where we get to play like maybe 3 times. Because we do shows from, you know, whatever.
Yeah, I still don't play.
What are you laughing at?
Golf South's comment.
Golf South?
Yeah.
They're talking about Disney. Oh. He said Caribbean Beach is nice, too. Saw my wife's best friend's boobs there. Good times, LOL. Hell yeah, dude. Nice. Nothing better than seeing your wife's best friend's boobs. Maybe the only thing better is tasting her milk.
Which you have done.
True. True.
What?
Yeah. It's whipping them out and drinking up on your wife's best friend's breast milk.
Oh, my God.
God.
Oh, jeez.
Bob, the songwriter, who would have known?
Yeah, no, we were all drinking, and they wanted us to, you know, sup from the fountain of life. Again, very sweet. The only problem is the temperature. Very warm, very clearly just came out of a body, which is not generally how you like your milk. We were talking about milk on Snaps yesterday.
Love milk.
Oh, no.
And somebody that lives in Wisconsin said...
Wisconsin?
Yeah. That they get...
Somewhere up in a mansion?
Fresh, whole milk delivered in glass bottles still. Because the dairy scene is so popping up there.
I mean, that makes sense because of like the cheese and stuff.
That's what I'm saying. No, look, don't get me wrong. I love
old
Feliciana
dairy
Creamer over
raid.
here. We were talking about that. Feliciana Creamer whole milk. Like, hell yeah. But I don't get it in the glass bottle. Something about glass bottle fresh whole milk sounds like...
I don't think I've ever had milk in a glass bottle.
I know, it doesn't sound great.
Yeah,
it does.
Yeah.
It does sound good.
Sounds like it'd just be hitting.
You can buy glass. I mean, you can... There's some place, like, you got to be real bougie, but we can still get it some places.
Do
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, that's like Erewhon type
Yeah.
BS.
Yoo-hoos don't count, right?
What?
No.
Yoo-hoos don't
it's
count?
not milk.
That's chocolate drink.
No,
Chocolate drink.
It says it right there on the front.
Yeah, it does. It's so far removed from milk, they can't even fake say they're milk.
Bilbo says cheese curds at Overpass. Yeah, that's the only place I've ever had cheese curds.
Oh, really?
Even though I ate them, I ate, and after the daddy-daughter dance, took Alice there to go eat, and we were having a good time. But she made a very good point where she basically was just like, okay, these are just like mozzarella sticks.
That's what I said.
I was like,
oh my gosh.
I was like, actually, babe, you're right.
So,
I didn't think about that.
You know
You're
how,
actually
like,
right.
Different type of cheese.
You know how at Media Row,
Yeah.
it's a curd, but like, you know how like at Media Row they had them there?
Yeah.
And I did like a little taste test or whatever. I said that they tasted like mozzarella sticks, and Matt was like, that is absurd. Like, they're not mozzarella sticks, they're cheese curds. And I was like, no, they literally taste like mozzarella.
They taste the same to me.
I think I like them better.
The cheese curds?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, the smaller package, I think, makes them a little, they're a little more like, you just,
Usually you like a bigger
I tell you what it is.
mouth.
It's the chicken
True.
tender versus like popcorn
True.
chicken. Like very similar. It just depends on which one you like.
Then again, back to Alondra's bigger package point, a good old Chimes cheese log.
Ooh,
You know,
walk-ons?
just like one that you can barely fit your hands around. I love a Chimes cheese
That's
log.
not that difficult.
Well,
for
my
you.
hands.
Yeah, true.
God, there was this place called Lou and Mickey's in downtown San Diego, and they had an appetizer. It was a cheese log. Like that's what it was called.
Literal log.
Like a log. Like it was just one cheese log, and you'd have to cut it up. It was incredible.
In France on Christmas, they have like bûche de Noël, like the Christmas log. We should bring that to Louisiana, only make it a cheese log.
Sure.
That sounds delicious. I would eat a cheese log.
Cheese log vending machine?
No. Boudin vending machine.
You good?
I'm going to Wisconsin end of April.
For the draft?
Yeah. I'll report back on the cheese curds and the glass
I actually
milk.
think one of the most fun things to do in the world would be to pretend to be a Packers fan for the weekend and rent one of those Airbnbs that they have in like the little neighborhoods around the stadium and just get hammered, walk to the games, go back. Like that would be
the
a
draft's
football
in the
bucket
stadium.
list. The draft's cool, but I would like to go. I want to go to a Packers game. I want to go to Lambeau, to be fair, so I would go to the draft if I had the opportunity.
Did you go when LSU played?
No.
Oh.
No, I was at WWL. They didn't send us. I know, that was a bummer. I would have loved to go. Love some poutine as well, for sure.
Some what?
Some poutine. I did it all for the poutini, you know.
Is that what Fred called it?
Mm-hmm.
You can get cheese curd poutine from a few places around here.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Where?
Smiling Dog has it.
What is that?
Smile what?
Smiling Dog off of Sherwood.
I don't know.
What?
Yeah, they got it.
I don't know. I've never heard of the place.
You made that up.
All right.
Okay.
Maybe I need to check it out.
You shoplifted the pootie?
So, excuse me? What was that?
I didn't shoplift the pootie.
Where's that from?
Jerry Maguire.
Oh, I don't remember Jerry Maguire that well.
Rod Tidwell.
Again, all I know about Jerry Maguire is Jonathan Lipnicki. He's
The
just
little
so
boy.
cute.
He's so cute.
He's just so cute.
Did you know the brain weighs 8 pounds?
Exactly. All right, when we get back, more Coors Light shenanigans. Keep it locked.
Off the bench.
Get Gordon and get it done. 225-888-8888. That is the number. Or you can go to getgordon.com. You can fill out a consult form right there online. See cases that they handle. And see results from past customers. Get in touch with them. They get in touch with you immediately. You can also follow them on social media at Get Gordon. See a lot of content with your favorite athletes, members of the G team. But the bottom line, you get in action, you need somebody's going to fight for you. Don't think twice. Think nice by getting Gordon. Get Gordon, get it done.
Put your area code in Louisiana, followed by 888-8888, and you can have a conversation with them. Also, we always say social media, the handle's always going to be at Get Gordon to see not only what they can do in the courtroom, but what they're doing in the community throughout Louisiana. And T-Bob gave you the website. Great tool, getgordon.com. Get Gordon, get it done.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further. Like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales service and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
There's never been a better time to catch a John Deere deal from the crew of Sunshine. Ask us about our low monthly payment options on our tractor packages and let the good times roll. With equipment strong enough to power one of the world's largest celebrations, we've got your needs covered too. Learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
Back to sports talk. Maybe. Off the bench.
Se acostó temprano, mañana hay que estudiar. Pero llamó a la amiga diciendo pa' janguear. Tiene un jevito ahí que la acabo de testear. Pero en bajita, ella no es de frontear. Ella es calladita. No sé quién la dañó.
I was just vibing a little bit, dude. I was just vibing a little bit. We're good looking out. I'm just thinking about that milk and mommy milkers. Speaking of, and I hate this.
Oh, great.
So do y'all know the origin story of the Bonnie Blue and Lillian Phillips stunts?
We're trying to.
I don't know if I want to go.
They were
here.
trying to outbang one another, basically.
Well, yeah. So apparently one of them came up with the 100 men in one day idea.
I heard.
And then the
Phillips,
other one.
I've heard of the Phillips girl first.
I don't think it really matters. So one of them, they were best friends. One of them came up with the idea. The other one did it. So then the other one said, "You did 100. I'm doing 1,000." And I don't know if they're friends anymore. Now, pregnancy rumors abound. But what gets interesting about it is Lillian Phillips posts a picture of her with a bump showing that she is indeed pregnant. And then Bonnie Blue posts a video in which she talks about cravings, kind of intimating that she may be. but it could all just be another competitive bit. You know? You bang 100 dudes, I'll bang 1,000. You get pregnant, well, I'm pregnant too.
Who had the 1,000?
Bonnie Blue.
Okay.
The one who we are not sure is pregnant or not.
Okay, but the other one is.
Absolutely. Lillian Phillips is
I got to
pregnant.
tell you, that's just wild.
I know. Somebody made a pretty funny joke, though, about Bonnie Blue being pregnant, being like, that is actually really hard to believe because, like, she's definitely on birth control, obviously, which is true, except that birth control is 99.9% effective. So literally 1 in 1,000 is what
It did its job.
Is what gets through. And so maybe. We don't know. We don't know if Bonnie's actually pregnant. Taylor Mathis is, though. Shout out to the Walking Pets girl. She's going to be a mother as well. That's great.
It's exciting times.
All great examples.
Yeah.
Of
Excited.
Oh, I mean, speaking of dystopian futures, Alondra, how does all of this make you feel about the future of our society? Does it make you feel worse than Taylor's Taco Bell pick? Because again, I don't know that anything has angered me as much as Taylor's $18 Taco Bell order.
I mean, y'all know that there's a lot of stuff that angers me that's going on right now. So this particularly makes me very angry, but I mean, there's nothing I can do about it. Obviously, people.
You could bang 2,000 dudes in a day.
Nope.
1,500? There's negotiating, guys.
For some reason, saying 1,500, that is perfect comedic timing. I am very proud of you. Saying 1,500 right there is a chef's kiss of funny. That's going to stick with me, actually. Congratulations, Taylor. You've done something successful.
Dude, I went on a beer run earlier.
That's true. Oh, I told you about the Falcons bird lady. Have you all ever seen this woman? I never had. But it's basically just a Falcons super fan, right? Bird lady, dresses up, blah, blah, whatever. She got arrested. Apparently, she would, opposing fans would be coming in town for the game. They'd get in touch and be like, hey, because she ran like a party planning service, like a tailgate party service. And she would take like thousands of dollars in, and I should say allegedly, whatever, even though the story's pretty obvious. But she'd get paid by these people like thousands of dollars, and then these out-of-town people would show up, and instead of a tailgate, they'd just be in like a crappy, dilapidated Atlanta parking lot, and then like 30 minutes before the game, some people would show up with like cold cuts. And that was the tailgate. And then obviously she never gave the money back, and she'd be like, oh, I went to the hospital. Oh, I got pulled over on the way there. All this, all that.
Did they have like a tent?
No, not even a tent.
I was about to say a tent and cold cuts.
10 cold cuts, and maybe she's not in legal trouble.
I mean, she didn't say how good the tailgate was going to be.
Yeah, but unfortunately, her super fandom, it seems like it may have come to an end.
Yeah.
As the Falcons have asked her to stop using their imagery. Her charity that she had is now, the IRS is alleging that she was using it for, abusing the nonprofit status for fraudulent business purposes.
They kicked her out.
What's next? The whistle monster? No, I'm just kidding. I shouldn't do that to any of the super fans.
A little bit better than the Chiefs guy.
I'm pretty sure I used to have beef with the Predator Saints fan.
The what?
The Predator?
Yeah, you don't ever seen the Predator Saints fan?
No.
Dressed like the Predator?
No. I know the big whistle.
I think it might be Zombie Bob on Twitter. I feel like we used to have beef back in the day. It's probably when I was talking politics.
No, guys, I'm here. I just didn't want to add to the 1,000 conversation.
Jake only likes to talk about the outfield, not OnlyFans. There's only one OF that Jake's going to break down.
Yeah. I have nothing to add. I don't even know who these two humans are.
You're better for it. You've avoided the brain rot that has seeped through every single pore.
And I got
of my
like
body.
some of my baseball and football team listens to the show.
What?
They might
It's
be
9:30, dude.
They might be heading to the dentist or something on a Friday.
Sadly enough, there's a good chance they know who we're talking about. that's the ultimately depressing part.
Ew, don't love that.
All right, when we get back, let's do Ask the Bench. Keep it locked.
Off the bench.
You gotta believe in a dream. Believe. You gotta believe in a dream. Believe. You gotta believe. Whole team on wild.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales service and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
There's never been a better time to catch a John Deere deal from the crew of Sunshine. Ask us about our low monthly payment options on our tractor packages and let the good times roll. With equipment strong enough to power one of the world's largest celebrations, we've got your needs covered too. Learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details. Offer ends March 5th, 2025.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
Or maybe your shoulder hurts while lifting, or your knee hurts when you run. Hi, I'm Robbie Bolton, owner of Evolve Physical Therapy and Sports, and my team fixes these types of issues every day. We use our hands to manipulate and stretch you back to a pain-free lifestyle. Come in for a free assessment today and see how we are changing the way therapy is done in Baton Rouge.
Jake and James, the Trash Rangers. Do you need one more reason to switch your residential trash pickup? How about $13.95 a month for the first few months? Go to trashrangers.com and make the switch today.
Brandon Holly here. You want a company that has a true lifetime warranty? ReliefWindows.com, baby.
Back to sports talk. Maybe. Off the bench.
Welcome back to OTB. To remind you guys about Ask the Bench, brought to you by Cold Curse Light Visio Tilter Blue Moon Light Sky. Citrus Sweet. Ask the Bench. How will you be selling the 5th anniversary of COVID next month?
By staying home.
Yeah. I'm gonna walk my neighborhood, dragging my kids behind me in a wagon, and drink 8 beers.
I'm gonna
like I did almost daily.
I'm gonna drive around in my truck with a mask on.
Hell yeah.
Like nobody else in the truck.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
You do that at LP, you're gonna have people honking and yelling at you.
They probably did then too. I'm going to sit in my front yard and watch my boys play two-hand touch football that turns into tackle like we did every single day.
As it should.
Memphis is out there like 4 4 years old, Jackson Knox Hudson, not taking it easy on him.
Shout out to K to Z Interiors and Outdoor Living, KTOZBlinds.com. You want to take your home to the next level? Maybe get some drop-down exterior shading for when it does warm up. Dad's going to be grilling, chilling out there. Maybe get the correct drapery, plantation shutters, whatever. It's all there at K to Z. Brandon Barnes got 20 plus years in the game, meaning you get to take advantage of all of that experience, and you take advantage of complimentary estimates, complimentary installation. K to Z Interiors and Outdoor Living. That's the bench. Has Taylor ever been bullied by a fan IRL?
1, I don't have any fans. 2, I've never been bullied.
Ask the bench, how often do y'all get really angry at listeners? Not very. Every now and then something will trigger.
Never.
Yeah. When you try to tell us what to talk about is the only time really.
And even then sometimes I don't get mad. It did crash out hard though, and they got us the other day bad.
Yeah.
They got me the other day very bad.
Yeah, because it is a 3-hour show, and you have to know, like, people listen typically outside of the real ones, they listen in like 10 to 12 minute windows.
Ask the bench, let's see what I'm going to do the rest of the day. Is there drinking already? Nothing. I'm an expert at having, what is it, like a glass of champagne or two, or 2 beers, and just going on about your day. We've been doing this for many, many Fridays, guys.
4 years worth.
Ask the bench, true. Is there an emergency plan in case Alondra stays in New York City? Are you never going to come back, Alondra?
No, I'm coming
Who's
back.
filling in for you?
Musso.
3 people.
3 people.
Oh, wow.
3 people need to fill in for 1 person.
Because nobody likes to get up in the morning.
I mean, sometimes you just got to do it. I don't like getting up in the morning either. It just is what it is.
I love getting up in the morning
And I also
now.
don't.
I'm so used
never
to
mind.
it.
I'm not even going to.
Uh-oh, you're about to...
You already know that I was already
Crash
triggered
out,
2 segments.
let out.
Yeah.
Say it.
I'm like
Hey, I'm with
0.5
you.
seconds away
Let's
from a
go.
crash out.
I'm
Yeah.
always down for confrontation. If you need it, let's go. Let's do
Yeah.
it together.
Y'all ever notice the Segan Whataburger doesn't do milkshakes?
No, I didn't
Ooh,
notice
the
that.
Dr. Pepper milkshake they have there.
What?
Ooh, so good.
Oh, yeah, I've had it.
Very
Yeah, it's good.
interesting.
And I don't
very
even like
good.
Dr. Pepper like that.
It's really good.
I
so
do
good.
like Dr. Pepper. Like, is it like
My
a
kids
float?
do
Does it kind of
too.
come out tasting like a
Yeah,
Dr. Pepper
yeah,
float?
yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah. That sounds great.
Yeah, like when we go on that cruise, they don't have Dr. Pepper. I don't think my kids might be scratching.
I want to try that beer float Chef was talking about.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Has the bench.
Crosstop's got great.
Has
floats.
either one of you tried the Modelo Chelada? What's that?
Oh, not like the canned ones, but I've had a michelada with Modelo in it.
Well, either way, shout out Canelo Alvarez.
Yeah, shout out Canelo. We're ending it on that.
Y'all have a great weekend.
Off the bench.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales service and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.